maximum term for involuntary manslaughter is 15 years. Sound courtesy WXYZ. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Also at SRN News, cancer. Correspondent Charles de Ledesma has more.
Harry could be seen arriving out of the King's Clarence House residence near Buckingham Palace in a black SUV after an overnight flight. The two have a troubled relationship, and Harry has seen his father infrequently since the prince quit royal duties in 2020 and moved to Los Angeles with his wife Meghan. Buckingham Palace says the cancer was found during Charles's recent hospital treatment for an enlarged prostate, but it's a separate issue and not prostate cancer. The palace adds Charles, who has generally enjoyed good health, remains wholly positive about his treatment and looks forward to returning to full public duty as soon as possible. Charles de Ledesma, London.
This is SRN News. Democrats from the Biden administration are trying to bar Christian agencies from taking part in foster care because they do not accept the LGBT agenda. Neal is president of Lifeline Children's Services.
We need to realize that these things are real. It's not talking points. It's not politicians trying to scare you. Truly, there are states, the federal government is trying to limit the exposure of faith-based people and specifically Christians from entering into this space.
He says liberals need a history lesson.
These services are distinctively Christian. They're biblical. It was the church.
That's what he said.
From the very beginning in the book of Acts, and then in the first century, it was the church that was caring for orphans and widows and vulnerable children and vulnerable people.
Neal says he believes that Christian foster care ministries must use the law to protect their inalienable rights. This is SRN News. Honda is recalling over 750,000 vehicles.
It's because a faulty sensor may cause the front passenger airbags to inflate when they're not supposed to. The recall covers much of the Honda and Acura model lineup from 2020 to 2022. The front passenger seat weight sensor may crack and short circuit and fail to disable the airbag as intended. The sensors are required to turn off the airbags if children or small adults are in the seats. If that doesn't happen, it increases the risk of injury. Dealers will replace the seat sensors at no cost to owners. John Scott reporting.
Investigators say bolts that help secure a panel on a Boeing jetliner were missing before the panel blew off the plane mid-flight last month. The National Transportation Safety Board issued a preliminary report Tuesday.
What's up? Good morning to you.
Accident, which forced an Alaska Airlines jet to make an emergency landing. More details at srnnews.com.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. But thankfully, there's Home Advisor. Home Advisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project. You can read reviews of the pros, check their availability.
We got some strange and unusual news coming up for you this morning, so get ready for that.
Home Advisor is completely free to use.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Buying some pretzel sticks?
Excuse me?
This is your wake-up call from TracFone Wireless.
Okay.
What if you didn't eat all those pretzel sticks by the end of the month, so this store took them back?
Good luck.
That's how some wireless companies are with your data, but TracFone Wireless gives you unlimited carryover data with active service, so you keep what you pay for. Plans start at $20 a month.
Wow, that's cool.
This is your wake-up call, people. TracFone Wireless, now you're in control. See terms and conditions at TracFone.com.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you like. Visit Hollywood 360.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Good morning. Hope you're doing great today. We appreciate you being with us. We're going to get started here in a minute. In just a few minutes, I should say. Not in a minute, but in just a few minutes.
Your trusted agent
trusted CP Financial, your top local sale agent.
Arrange tour to Sweetland on Ice, November 17th through February 11th. Adults, kids, and group rates available. It's free just to hang out here in the fire pit. Drinks, monthly movies, food truck Friday nights beginning in December. Weather updates and hour changes on the Facebook at Sweetland on Ice or Instagram at Sweetland on Ice Official. To book a party or learn more about seasonal passes, contact Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com. Lizzie at Sweetland.
Here we go. We're getting started.
Arnold here from Cowie to Force. Cowie to Force.
Real radio, so that's why there's commercials on, not playing in my mom's basement.
Recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org.
Get ready.
Follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new
Get it up. Let's go. We'll get ready to kick off. You're in lockdown. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. You are in lockdown. RyanORadio Penitentiary. You are in lockdown.
Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. is Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE.
Please like, subscribe, and share.
As a part of the show, every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern, you'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Ravens, and more.
Please like, subscribe, and share.
Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time. WQEE. Race Country is a Southern sports talk show. Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Race Country. Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
All right, we're going to do it once more. And this time, no mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright. But now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight. So say good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
What's up, everybody? It's that time again. It is a weird Wednesday. We're going to get weird with you. Good morning. Hello to you, Hong Kong Tan. Good morning, everybody tuning in with us all over. We're going to get you kicked off here. The best of news. Weird and strange and unusual news this morning on this weird Wednesday. And it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's wrestling wrap-up time. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your one and only Ryan O'Neal, and yes, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud. We're across the RyanORadio media page. Earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, the Navajo Nation, across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and, of course, the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and the heartbeat of Atlanta. Sing for you, we'll see. Also, good morning. Fantastic folks out there on the YouTube with us across the WQEE. Please like, subscribe, and share the WQEE page. You're in lockdown with yours truly, and we're going to kick it off now. To my haters, listen up. Whether they like it or not, I am the man around here. That's right. It's nighttime for you. Good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. because we got someone from China tuning in here. Wow. Hong Kong Tan. I hope I said that right. Hong Kong Tan. Anyway, we appreciate you being with us this morning. We got a lot of fantastic people joining us on the WQEE feed. Please like, subscribe, and share there. Please like, subscribe, and share. So there you go. We appreciate you being with us on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary, worldwide, everywhere you need. And we're going to get you what's going on in the news. We've got some headline news that we're going to dive into. The life and crimes of Vincent Kennedy McMahon in our second period. We're going to talk about how it's affecting even Brock Lesnar, whose name has now officially kind of been put out there. He's coming off of things. Bret the Hitman Hart has some things to say about modern wrestling, and thanking CM Punk and FTR for keeping his name relevant in wrestling for the younger generation. And we'll get you tonight's AEW Dynamite preview and talk a little WWE Raw review. That's going to be small. We're just going to give you a little bit of what happened, but we're going to get deeper in that. Plus, we've got some strange and unusual news for you this morning, so don't you dare move away from that radio dial. We're going to talk about some ancient worlds and stuff, so we'll get into that. Plus, the Michigan mother whose son was the school shooter back in 2021 has been sentenced. We'll tell you what happened to her. And some hockey players in the junior hockey league, 5 players have been arrested and charged with sexual assault. We'll get into those news stories this morning. And somebody wants me to sing la di da 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 la ba 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 ja do re mi fa sol la ti do. There you go. Welcome to I'm Axel Rooster, baby. What are you gonna do? Welcome to the hen house, baby. I'm going to cock-a-doodle-doo. You know, so roosters, good morning. There you go, yeah. Oh, character of mine. All right, we appreciate you guys being in. My listeners are like, what is going on? Well, this is the most unusual show that gives you news, entertainment, sports, and everything. It's Super Bowl week. We're going to continue diving into what's going on in the Atlanta market this morning because Dirty Bird News, Braves bullpen. Friday is going to be the day that everyone is supposed to show up for pitchers and catchers. We'll talk more about that today. Hopefully our Braves are getting ready for that on this week as well. I know the Dodgers are showing up in Arizona on Friday. We'll talk deeper about that tomorrow. And Brock Purdy. We'll get, I guess, a little bit of LA tomorrow. San Francisco's 49ers star quarterback, his faith, his support system, and more, what got him through where he's going to the Super Bowl this Sunday, 6:30 p.m. against the Kansas City Swifties. Taylor Swift's team. It's just the Kansas City Chiefs. But we'll talk about that a little later on and get more further details. We will be having great special guests throughout the month. Returning to the show will be Elizabeth Sarles. She wasn't with us last month. She might be with us this month. We know for sure she's coming back next month. True Crime Thursdays. Hey, don't be coming off. If you don't know what news is, you're tuning into the wrong place. You got to tune in right here. This is real. True Crime Thursdays coming up with Elizabeth Sarles. Unsolved homicides in small town USA. We're going to talk more about that. A lot of her. She will be returning. She said a lot of her fellow, I would say, victims' families were asking to get her back in here and get more details. So we're going to get her back on the air and everything. She took a month off for family issues, and she'll be back with us as well. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Horrifying History this month for Brenda Gaskey. We'll have our good friend from the Book of the Dead podcast, Courtney Lizo, will join us this month. All that good stuff. So we got a lot of great stuff. True crime, unusual, paranormal stuff, and everything. And I may try to get Greg TJ Justice on sometime this month on a weird Wednesday and see what he has to say. Randy Rocket Cody from Metal Den will be returning as well. So we got all these great guests coming up. We're only, I guess, almost the first week of February, basically, I'd say. We're into this weird Wednesday edition. So we're going to hit headline news for you momentarily. But first, our daily devotion sponsored by our friends at Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue down in Metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Transforming Lives for Jesus' Sake. Pastor Jimmy Ellis and Pastor Randy, Pastor Cedric, and Pastor Darren invite you out every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. inside services, 9 a.m. and 10:30 services outside, and 6:30 p.m. services with the hip cool kids on the inside. Let's go ahead and do it. Deuteronomy 31 today, coming from Jesus Listens, Sarah Young. Also Psalms 73:23 and Psalms 36, 7 through 8. Delightful Jesus, you are my joy, you are my joy, you are my joy. I like to let these words go into my mind and sink into my inner being. You, my companion, will never leave me. You are boundless, ladies and gentlemen, boundless. Focusing on the wisdom of the truth, making it possible for me to approach each day of my life in a good day. You are continuing with me. You hold my right hand. There is good to be found in this day and every single day because of your constant presence and steadfast love. Oh my goodness. When my words seem anything but delightful, please draw me to that ravishing river you have to drink deeply from your loving presence. In both difficult times and easy times, you are my joy. Amen, brother. I need that. You need that. We all need that. That is sponsored by Newton City Church this morning, 17 First Avenue, transforming lives for Jesus' sake in Newton and Metro Atlanta and Atlanta area. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that's a good one. I enjoyed that one. It gets me kicked off. I like to do that to kick off the show with all the negative news we have, all the stuff that's going on, all the stuff to talk about. I like to kick off with something positive. It's about 21 minutes past the hour. We're at 35 degrees in the Atlanta, Metro Atlanta area. Your type of temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. That's right, buddy. Positivity attracts positivity. Thank you. Even when I'm going to get all this headline news that is a lot of negative stuff, I like to kick off it with something positive. I appreciate that. Slaying JM88. You guys, if you're on the YouTube page, please like, subscribe, and share. We would love for you to do that. Please like, subscribe, and share. The more people we get on there, the more opportunities it's going to help us out at the radio station to keep this positive radio station not only on the air, but on all over our streaming sites and everything. All right, headline news this morning. And we're going to dive deeper into one news story in just a few moments. But here's some of the headlines that you can check out on the WQEE page and more. Coast Guard said missing man for weeks selling from California arrived safe in Hawaii. Matt Gaetz resolution saying Trump is not an insurrectionist attracts broad GOP support. D.C. appeals the court rejects of the former president's immune claims during the riots on the Capitol back on January 6th, a few years ago in 2020. Also, the mom of an Oxford high school mass shooter found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. We'll dive deeper into that story in just a few moments. But also, ladies and gentlemen, some other headline news. Hockey Canada, we're going to talk about that. 5 players with gold medal winners in 2018 have been charged with sexual assault. We'll get into all these stories, including a firefighter in Georgia determined the cause of a fire. We'll tell you what happened there in a mysterious way. Actually, in Virginia, and it wasn't a fire. It was a creek turning white. What? And we'll get into a couple of things in Hong Kong this morning as well. Baby great whites. Wow. All right, we got some great news. I told you got some strange and unusual news for you this morning and some weird news. So get ready for that. All right, let's jump into it. Russia has attacked Ukraine at least 9 times with ballistic missiles supplied by North Korea. A U.S. diplomat said that, highlighting the concerns over growing military cooperation between Moscow and, of course, North Korea. The Deputy U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Robert Wood, had this to say during a UN Council meeting that was held in the Ukraine on Tuesday. He said, to this date, Russia has launched a DPRK supply ballistic missiles against Ukraine at least 9 different occasions. Russia and the DPRK must be held accountable for their action, he says, which undermines long-standing obligations under the United UN's Security Council's resolution. Washington and his allies have said that North Korea is supplying its artillery and equipment to Russia for its attacks on Ukraine, while others believe that there was a recent technology for space and missile programs to return as well. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with that as it comes into us this morning and comes each and every morning. We'd like to give you a little news at 34, it's almost 24 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Let's tell you a little positive news, funny news right here. Firefighters in Virginia, let me tell you something you probably haven't heard, have determined the cause of a creek turning mysteriously white. It was clogged, had a clogged drain, and it was full of overflowed milk. You heard me right, milk. We need a really gigantic chocolate chip cookie or Oreo cookie for this. Investigators determined the white color was due to waste milk coming from the Westover dairy plant in Virginia. The clog was clean and overflow was stopped. The department said there was no possibility of health threats there. No, because milk is healthy for you. Now, if it had been like a beer flavored color, people would be like, I tell you what, man, I went out to the river and I got some of that fresh water, and I mean, it made me feel good. I got some fish out of there, man, I went fishing. But it was milk. I need a really big chocolate chip cookie to take care of that over Oreo cookie, I tell you what. Told you there's going to be some strange and unusual news today. Told you. All right. Let's do this one right quick. A story we have been following here on the network and all over the RyanORadio Penitentiary in Atlanta and beyond. A Michigan jury found Jennifer Crumbley guilty on not one, not two, but 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in connection to the 2021 Oxford High School shooting carried out by her son, Ethan. And of course, we told you that Jennifer and her husband, who is going on trial in March, went to the school when the counselors asked him about what's these unusual, weird pictures that are being drawn about your son and talking about death and everything. Like, forget about it. Jennifer wanted to get back to her office, which she was working for a real estate agent, so she can chat on the Facebook with her lover at the time. That's right. Well, the first time in U.S. history that a parent has been held legally accountable for the shooting committed by their child. Crumbley's 45, will get 15 years in prison for a role in this Oxford, Michigan shooting. Good morning to you, Pete. Thank you for joining us in the Noonan Dance. The Noonan Dance. Thank you for joining us. Remember, like, subscribe, and share the WQEE YouTube page. The more we get on there, the more opportunities there'll be. Money well spent from YouTube to help us out. All right, Crumbley, 45, faces 15 years of prison in her role in Oxford, Michigan shooting of not one but 4 children, a 16-year-old, 2 17-year-olds, and a 14-year-old. The 6-man, 6-woman. The jury deliberated 7 hours on Tuesday, adjourned on Monday, and Crumbley's husband James will be, like I said, March date for his trial, which carries the same involuntary manslaughter charges against him. Ethan pleaded guilty in 2022 and in December sentenced to life in prison without a parole for this 17-year-old. Wow, he's gone. He's gone forever because the parents would not pay attention to their child. That's right. Let my child do whatever my child wants to do. They were held accountable for the guns were in the house. And if you're a gun owner, I know I have a lot of family and friends that are gun owners. You wouldn't even know they were gun owners. They're not going to let their kids and grandkids that are too young to go in there and get them unless they are standing with them, showing them how to go hunting or something like that. These people were in charge of Ethan, and these people were the reason this is happening is because they were the ones that should have known about it. She tried to blame the school. Well, they should have checked. Yep, the school should have checked, but they said they had no thought process on whether this young man would have did anything or not. But still, the mom should have checked before she left home. Instead of being on her Facebook and texting her boyfriend that morning, she should have paid attention to what her son was doing and paid attention when your kids are in dark rooms on internet, video and things, and going into computers and talking about death and all about death, you might need to go take them to a therapist. There's nothing wrong. We got a therapist coming up this morning between 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time on the network. It's Health, Happiness, and Harmony with Dr. Lewis Boynton. You need to get this stuff taken care of, because if they'd have looked into this before this had happened, 4 innocent children would have not been killed. Now, are they innocent? Some people are like, well, what if they were bullies, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, whatever. I hear a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of bullies in this world, and I'm not going to pull that, well, back in my day crap, because look, forget that back in my day crap. I already told you guys, back in our day, they called playing a game, throwing a hard ball at you called dodgeball. Okay, they called that playing a game. If you got hit, doesn't matter, you got stung. So I'm not going to get into the kids nowadays and everything, and these kids, if they were bullies or whatever, that's not the point. The point is the parents should have been watching their kid a little bit more, rather than this woman deciding that she was done with her marriage and she had a little boyfriend on the side, and it was more important. Get on out the house here. Here's a Pop-Tart, leave. Not even checking her son. Go, I got things to do. I got to get to work early. And then when they get to the school, her and her husband get to the school, they just kind of ignore the signs of it, because the counselor's like, look, what do you think this means? That's nothing. He sits in that room, play a video Call of Duty all day. It's no big deal. He's a typical teen. And then he shoots up the school that evening. And she was sitting there trying to defend herself and go to school, her boyfriend come in her defense and everything. She's getting 15 years. 15 years. We'll see what the husband gets and everything. So we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with the husband. Now she's headed off to the prison cell where she belongs. And I think we need to start charging some of these parents when their kids are out here shooting things up and everything. Well, you can't watch your kids 24/7. Well, you can see what's in their bag when they get ready to go to school. You open their bag up, make sure they got homework. They say, that's my privacy. Nope. Who cares? It's not their privacy. You're their parent. You're responsible for them. You're responsible to make sure that they don't do anything they shouldn't do at school, even if it's taking, a comic book that is a little sexually overcharged or something. And I know some of the young people tuning into this show and everything, well, that takes away from our rights. Well, you really don't have a right when you're living in your parents' house, okay? You live by their rules. When you're living in your parents' house, it's called a dictatorship. Your parents are the dictators, okay? And they're only giving you these rules for your safety because they went through a bunch of stuff when they were teenagers. Just think, kids nowadays, you got to think, when your parents are looking through your stuff, and I'm going to give this to the kids too out there who are feeling like, my parents should, but I'm going to go ahead and just think about it. Your mom and dad had to ride on a cold school bus with no heat, bundle up. They had to go to school and play quote, a game where somebody threw a basketball at them and said, dodgeball, get out of the way. If you get hit, you're out of the game. Just think your parents were abused. They had bruises all over and everything. So when they started being a little bit more stricter on you, go, my mom and dad were kind of abused by the system. I think I'll go ahead and do what they say. Ask your parents about this stuff. And then I tell you what, these kids nowadays, they'll start feeling sorry for their parents. Like, God, no wonder you thought you were tough, Daddy. They used to throw basketballs in your face and smash you. Oh, you broke your nose. Who cares you broke your nose during dodgeball? Get up. You cry, you go home, your daddy's going to whoop your ass. So I'm just saying, don't look at too much. And I don't say it made you a man, because it didn't make you a man. It made you a butthole. I know I got a bit of a butthole in me because of our generation. So, all right, let's take a look at the traffic brought to you by Killingsworth Realty.
Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to wait for
Don't do it alone, ladies and gentlemen. And that's get a perfect home without our friends at Killingsworth Realty. Todd and Amy can take care of all of your perfect home needs. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. Gwinnett County stalled I-75 in the center lane up to 8:06 Eastern Standard Time this morning in the Atlanta area. Highway 78, High Point Road to 9:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be careful in that area in Gwinnett. Also, crash in Woodstock near exit 7. That's cleared up as we speak now. Nothing going on Bullsboro as well as Lower Fayetteville Road and Popular Road looking good in in Noonan so far. The Grange, we're going to get down there in just a few moments. Front of the station, Jack Street looking good. Heading towards LaGrange Street is looking good. Down Interstate 85, nothing in Grantville or Hogansville. Good morning to David Clark and the staff over there at the City Council in Grantville. Good morning, you guys. Good morning to everybody down in LaGrange. LaGrange, you guys on Commerce Avenue picking up just a tad bit. New Franklin Road, a little backed up traffic there, but nothing major. And heading into downtown LaGrange going to Old West Point Road, all looking good. If you're coming off the interstate to Kia Boulevard, that's a great way to get off. If you get off the West Point exit, turn right, construction still going on, turn left. You're going to go towards the Love's. Good morning. Good morning there. I appreciate that. I'll get to you in just a minute. Heading towards the left, you're going to go to Love's, and there's going to be a Hardee's there, and it's backed up there. Down to Alabama, all looking good. Elijah, what's up, my friend? Good morning, big dog. Keep shining. I'm going to do the best I can. You do the same, too. Thank you for supporting us. Please share, and subscribe to the WQEE page. The more subscribers you get, the more opportunities going to help out with the radio station. We're going to get back here in just a few moments. That's what's going on with traffic. If you see something I don't see, shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. News, weather, traffic, sports events, community events, and more. I want to know about it. 99classicrock@gmail.com. Become a WQEE news hound, a RyanORadio Penitentiary news hound. Coming up is Craft Nights at Leaf and Bean, Thursday, February 8th, 7 to 9 p.m. No tickets are required. And Valentine wine specials all Sunday, February 11th through Saturday, February 17th. Bottle of wine and pastries all for $30. Wow. All right, ladies and germs. Want to say good morning to Kathy over at Baker Bag Company, 8 LaGrange Street. That's also where Warrior Defenders is inside as well, and Connecting Hearts Radio Network. All right, we're going to be back in a moment. You got it right here. We're going to keep it going. Share, get more people on. We got a big morning ahead for you. We're going to put you in a penalty box for safekeeping, and when we return, we got some news from Israel at war. Day 124 of that conflict between Israel and Hamas. Back in a moment.
Sunshine day, high near 59, east winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few clouds from time to time this evening, low near 34, light and variable winds. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies, high near 60, light and variable winds. Low near 46 on Thursday night, cloudy with winds light and variable. By Friday, cloudy, a slight chance of showers, high near 66, with south-south winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. 40% chance of rain coming in Friday night, cloudy skies through the afternoon, early showers through the evening and overnight.
Elijah, yep, that's right. Said it right.
Michael and the crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bug, vermin roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control, repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Noonan, 770-994-9941.
You're walking, shopping, or on your favorite trail. You get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor,
All right, we got all that. We're going to get ready to do that. We got some sports news for you this hour, too. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh, you won't make it on time. Still to come, we got a little Dirty Bird news for you coming up after the next break. We're going to get a little Falcons news. Coach Morris is ready to bring a new atmosphere to Atlanta. We'll talk more about that coming up. We talked a little bit of it yesterday with our friend, sports analyst Richard Holdridge. He and I talked about it yesterday morning on the network. And of course, I'll talk more about that going into next week. It's Super Bowl week, and we'll talk more Super Bowl stuff. Brock Purdy, I'm going to do an in-depth look at the star quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers on Thursday, and then we'll take a look at some stuff on Friday for the Kansas City Chiefs as we prepare for a weekend full of nonstop football action on Sunday. What are you guys going to be eating during the big game? I've heard what Coach Lewis said. He and his wife, he's going to have some chili. Shane yesterday said he's going to make a pot roast Sunday. Just a regular everything at Richard's house. So what are you guys going to be eating for or what kind of meal are you going to be preparing for the big game on Sunday? Or should I say the big concert with the game in between? You know, you got Reba McEntire, Post Malone, and Usher performing. And then in between that, there's going to be this little game between, you know, and then there'll be Taylor Swift there. And there's going to be this little game between the Chiefs and the 49ers. What are you guys preparing? Let us know. We're going to talk about, coming up in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the one, the only, some Dirty Bird news. But let me know what you guys are going to be doing for the big game as far as food-wise, because I got to decide which house I'm going to go hang out. So far, Coach Lewis is tied with Shane because he's going to have chili and Shane's going to have pot roast. So, you know, there you go. All right, let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. Israel at war. Israel, Gaza live updates. 124 days since this thing began, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to Adam. Blessings from Sydney, Australia. Good morning, Leo. How you doing this morning? I appreciate you being with us as well. Thank everybody. Good morning to you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you guys at. Good night. We'll say that as you are tuning into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Israel, 31 hostages are dead remaining. It's 124 days since this began on October 7th. Good to hear, Leo. Israel sources say that 31 hostages are dead and remain in captivity in Gaza. More than 100 days since the Hamas, it's 124 days actually, Hamas terrorists invaded Israel on October 7th. The Israel military continues to bombard neighborhoods in Gaza. The conflict now is the deadliest between the two sides since Israel was founded in 1948. Shows no signs of letting up. And the brief ceasefire that allowed over 100 hostages to be free from Gaza remains a distant memory, and that was not too long ago. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken met with the Prime Minister of Israel in Jerusalem yesterday. Actually today. It's Wednesday. Earlier today. So, because it's afternoon there by now. First, the two held a long and in-depth meeting in private before an extended meeting with other Israel and U.S. officials, according to a statement from the Israel's Prime Minister's office. It's Blinken's fifth trip to the Middle East since October 7th, when the war erupted between Israel and Hamas, the military group that rules the neighboring Gaza Strip. The United States, along with Egypt and a couple other countries, have been involved in negotiations between the two sides. So we'll keep you abreast of what's going on there. We told you about Blinken meeting, and they had a big meeting with the Prime Minister as of earlier today. It's a shame to humanity. It is, Adam. It is. You got that right. I wish we can get something done about this and everything. I agree with you. All these poor people, just regular everyday people on both sides, are in the middle of a war between a terrorist group that's using these poor people in Gaza as shields and attacking Israel and those poor people that are living there that have been kidnapped and everything. When these kids were just when it happened on October 7th, they were just at a concert, as you would say, as a festival, so, and it just seems like the old people, let's just be honest, all of us old people, most of these old people are the ones causing all this, right? We just like war. I don't know why we do when the young people are like, well, why won't you stop with the war, old folks? I don't know. I'm sorry, young folks. We just sometimes we're just stuck in our ways, It's like I told you, when they brought us up, they threw basketballs in our face and called it a game, and it was called dodgeball. Get out of the way, or you're going to get smashed in and broken nose, So maybe that's probably the cause of a lot of this. All life is precious, yes. With the exception of child predators, you got that right. Especially that list of people. Not going to get into that. Some people are like, don't do that. Israel war, Hamas response to a ceasefire offer 135 days a peace treaty. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow morning. Hamas has laid out a series of demands, including in exchange for hostages for Palestinian prisoners and rebuilding Gaza in a response to Israel's backed ceasefire proposal. The armed group wants a fully withdrawal of Israel's troops and forces and end the war after the 4-day peace treaty phases that they want to do. So hopefully we can get that done right there. Ladies and gentlemen. According to the draft of the documents that are being out from the Palestinian side, where did I lose that? Seen by a local news source in Israel, a first 5-day pause in fighting, during which all Israel women hostages, males under 19, elderly, and sick, will be exchanged for Palestinian women and children held in Israel jails. Israel forces will withdraw from the popular areas of Gaza, and the reconstruction of their hospitals and refugees camps are going to begin. The second phase would see remaining male Israel hostages exchanged for Palestinian prisoners, and Israel forces left in Gaza and completely out. And the third and final phase, during which both sides will exchange remains and bodies. Wow, that's terrible. They're going to do that. But this is a pretty good deal. I say do it on both sides. The deal will also see delivery of food and other aid to Gaza increased by the end of a 135-day pause in fighting. Hamas says negotiations at the end of the war would have concluded. So we're at 124 right now. So it would be 100 and yes, cool. Beans. There you go. So it would be a great thing. A previous 1-week truce in November saw 100 hostages freed in a swap for 240 Palestinian prisoners. So there you go. It seems like, you're probably not getting this on the mainstream media because all they want to do is try to feel like they'll pick a side and hate one another and this, that, and the other. But I'm going to give you the truth when you come on this show and everything. I'm down the straight edge, independent skeptic. I'm down the middle, so I'm going to give it like it is. I'm not going to pick a side and political sides because I want to do what we're supposed to do, what news media was supposed to do, what it was doing when I was coming up, which was all news and giving it like it is. Now, I'll do a little fun stuff to keep you guys entertained because news is boring. When I was growing up, news was straight up boring. Anybody that grew up in our day and time, when it was just news on 3 networks, it was boring. So that's why I try to have a little fun with you guys. FNAF fan, all my fellas. What's up? What's up? I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you joining us as well. All right, before we head into the break and come back with some sports news for you in this first hour, Coke hopes to excite you younger drinkers out there with a new raspberry flavored Coca-Cola spiced. From flaming hot Cheetos to sweet heat Starburst, American snacks are getting a little bit spicier. I know people who my wife loves them hot tomatoes, so she'll probably get into some of this. Coca-Cola is going to get on this trend. On Wednesday, the Atlanta Beverage Company, right out of here at Atlanta, giant Coca-Cola Spice, introduced Coca-Cola Spice, the first new permanent offering to its new American portfolio, not in 1 but 2, 3 years. Coca-Cola Spice and Coca-Cola Spice Zero Sugar will go on sale in the United States and Canada beginning February 19th. Coca-Cola Spice don't have a lot of heat. The main flavors of the drinks, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the main flavor for drinkers will be noticed as a hint of raspberry in there. Coke wouldn't name the spices added. It guarantees, I guess it's secret herbs and spices in there, huh? But they taste like an amped up version of a spices in a regular Coke. So if you go to your aisles, you're going to see them out on beginning on February 19th in America, as well, in the United States, as well as Canada for our Canadian listeners out there. Wow. Spice up your Coca-Cola. Man, I love this, the regular ones and everything, but I might have to try this. All right, we're going to do a little Dirty Bird news next after this. So stay with us. More on the way. This is RyanORadio Penitentiary Cruises on. We're about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. 36 degrees in the metro Atlanta areas. Top of temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael and the crew can lay the smackdown and exterminate them for you. Speaking of smackdown, we got the life and crimes of Vince McMahon continuing next hour and how much it's affecting others around him. We'll talk about that in period number 2. Plus, we'll give you a little update on what's going on with Bret Hart and his thoughts on the modern day wrestling. And thanks to CM Punk and FTR, he says his name is still known to the youth. We'll talk about all this coming up in period number 2. Plus, more headline news you can shake a stick at. And it's Weird Wednesday, so I got some weird news for you. Back in a moment.
As the Chargers hired former Michigan defensive coordinator Jesse Minter as their new defensive coordinator. Colts owner Jim Irsay seems to be getting better from a health scare, as he said he's on the mend and grateful for all the support. Countdown continues for Super Bowl 58. Chiefs and Niners will clash Sunday in Vegas. Chiefs receiver Kadarius Toney, who's been out for almost 2 months with a hip injury, has been practicing this week. His status remains unclear. Kyrie Irving dropped in 36 in his return to Brooklyn as the Mavericks knocked off the Nets for their second straight win. The Bulls rallied from 23 to beat the Timberwolves in overtime. The Knicks held on to beat the Grizzlies, improved to 16-3 over their last 19 games. On the ice, the Golden Knights snapped the Oilers' 16-game winning streak with a 3-1 win. That's sports. Ron Tomas, NBC News Radio.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around.
Got some wrestling wrap up for you.
Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. is Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newnan.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newnan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance.
That was going to be better than that. Whoa, thank you for coming on, folks. Let's get into it.
www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Oh, there we go. We're coming back. Stay with us. One of my favorite shows of the 90s right there. 90210. You hear that theme music in the background. Welcome back into this edition of RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're about, I'd say, 7-8 minutes till the top of the hour. Still holding at about 36 degrees. Type of temperature still brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. We appreciate all the wonderful people being with us here this morning and being on our feeds everywhere. If you're coming on the WQEE radio station YouTube page, please like, subscribe, and support and share this. The more subscribers we get on there, the more help we'll get at the radio station WQEE 99.1 FM and being able to bring you real news that you don't have to divide you down the middle. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the real fun and great interviews on this here. We dive into true crime on Thursday. We'll have experts there. We have Weird Wednesday. We usually have some great weirds in Wednesday. I may get TJ Justice to come on this month sometime. Also, we have a lot of great activities, movie reviews, sports, and more. And coming on Friday from Warrior Defenders, that Holly Reese will be joining us this Friday. And women protection there. We'll talk more about that coming up Friday and see what's going on with her. She's going to be in the studio with us. But let's jump into this. It's time for some Dirty Bird news, ladies and gentlemen. I like to play the Dirty Bird news song, and this one's it. Oh, out the bird, bird, and the bird, bird. The bird's the word. That bird's the word. You made a Peter Griffin doing that? Yes. It's Dirty Bird news time. Coach Morris is in Atlanta. We talked about it yesterday. The man is bringing a whole new atmosphere to the Atlanta Falcons. Maybe a couple of years before we hold up one of those championship golds in the Super Bowl, but I'm hoping next year will be the time that we can do that. The Falcons are aiming to redeem their 2017 Super Bowl loss on February 5th, 2017. Coach Morris stood on the sidelines with the Falcons as an assistant coach in that Super Bowl. The team held a healthy 28-3 lead over the New England Patriots, but Tom Brady's crew came back from behind. And, well, that was the end of the story. Morris is ready to bring some redemption back to Atlanta, as well as a championship goal, because he was with the LA Rams, who brought a couple of championships home. He's a champion. He's ready to be a champion and bring Atlanta a championship. Arthur Blank, the owner, is excited to hear about this. And there's Atlanta Falcons fans out there, you guys know we got to have a chance next season. But I'm calling the 49ers this year. We'll talk more about the 49ers tomorrow. But that is a little Dirty Bird news. Let's head over to the court and see what's going on in the Hawks' nest this morning. Steve Holman Sr., what you doing? The voice of the Atlanta Hawks. Good morning to you. How you doing? Trae Young has been named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Congratulations to the Atlanta Hawks guard. And the father, too, was named the Player of the Week for games between January 29th through February 5th. The NBA announced this just recently. This is Young's first time on this list in honor in the 7 seasons of his NBA career. Congratulations to Trae Young, who is the Player of the Week. He's the player of Atlanta. Everybody loves him in Atlanta. Come on. And he loves everybody in Atlanta. And look, I've known people that have been out in Atlanta and seen Trae out when the season was over. The man is willing to take pictures and everything when he's out feeding his family. He doesn't have an ego like so many other so-called celebrities out there do. So if you get to see Trae Young and meet him out there on the streets, he's going to be down like a normal guy. He's not going to act like a clown. That's what I say. All right, that's some Dirty Bird news for you and some Hawks Nest news for you. Braves bullpen. Man, coming up on Friday, I think Dodgers are going to be heading to Phoenix, Arizona. Hello, Rhino. Andrew Pilatus, good morning to you, my lovely bride. And so I think the Braves should be either this Friday or going into the next week. Pitchers and catchers are showing up for some baseball. Spring training is underway. Oh, bird, do the bird. Well, the Braves bullpen is looking good this season. Atlanta Braves are the envy of all of baseball, as always. Bobby Watts is getting just shy of his $289 million over 11 years from Kansas City. And on Monday, he signed the largest contract history there in Royal history. Was going to come to the Braves, but went there. Wow. But the Braves still got a great lineup. What a season. Everybody's afraid. If the Braves could just go all the way to the World Series and win it this year, that'd be great. We'd love to see the Braves do that. The Hawks are doing good so far in the season. Maybe we can get some more championship runs. We know the Columbus River Dragons are on their way to another FPHL championship run this year. So go River Dragons. One of my favorite hockey teams. We follow them here at the station. Yep. Tom Callahan and the crew. We'll get Tom back on the show. Talk more hockey coming pretty soon. All right. That's all the sports that is the sports. It could be the sports. It should be the sports this hour. Coming in the next hour, we're going to head into period number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And in period number 2, you, I, and everybody else are going to be getting ready to talk about the life and crimes of Vince McMahon and what it's doing to destroy some of the others around him. We'll get into that and give you an update on what's going to happen on AEW Dynamite and a little Raw review. Yeah, you heard me right. Raw review. Not that kind of Raw now. Don't be talking like that. But WWE Raw. But we'll get into that. Plus, we got some more headline news for you. And strange and unusual news is going to be taking over the world. We'll talk about this. And Andrew, I was talking about something you might like here in just a few. We'll get back to that. That's another news story. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, doing the Dirty Bird to the top of the hour. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you guys want to help support the show, the station, go to our Cash App at $RyanShelander. That's $RyanShelander, RyanShelander. $RyanShelander. You can support the show. And please like, subscribe, and share. The more we get that, the more YouTube will help out. We're real radio, real news, keeping it down the middle, bringing back what news is supposed to be.
Yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how your time. WQEE 99.1 FM.
What's up, Weasel? Well, hey, how you doing? I appreciate you calling me that. Man, he didn't get mad. What's up, Justin Timberlake? What's up, Tim? See how you joke? People don't get that anymore.
He's expected to win Thursday's Republican caucus in the state, where delegates will be up for grabs. I'm Trey Thomas. Former President Trump will report the situation announcing the criminal prosecution in his federal 2020 election interference case. His campaign said prosecuting a president for official acts violates the Constitution and threatens the bedrock of the U.S. The campaign added Trump respectfully disagrees with the decision and is appealing it in order to safeguard the presidency. The federal case was originally set for before the 2024 election, but Trump is appealing this latest ruling to the Supreme Court, and that could push the trial start date even further. President Biden is blaming Donald Trump for the near collapse of the bipartisan Senate border deal.
Donald Trump thinks it's bad for him politically. Therefore, he doesn't, even though it helps the country, he's not for it.
In remarks from the White House,
Keep going up, guys. Keep going up.
Weaponize the immigration issue for political reasons than actually solve it. He said Trump has been threatening and intimidating Republican members of Congress to vote against the package. Biden called on Congress members to show some spine and back the bill. News Radio.
We're a math superstar.
You in the studio. All right, brother. Which studio you in? You doing some recording? What are you doing, my friend?
Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu.
Hank Arnold here from Cowie the Force. Cowie the Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction.
What's up? Giving you a shout out. What's up? I don't know. Casual fourth grade. I don't know if that's real. T-Rex. What's up, brother, sister, whatever? No, I'm straight, but hey, Say whatever you want to say. It doesn't bother me. I like having a good time. What's up, brother from Iran? How you doing, B-Dog? That's what I'm going to start calling you, B-Dog. That makes you hip, right? That's what Eminem will call you, right? Because you're an Eminem fan.
Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between.
So casual fourth grader, good morning to you. I'll do that on the radio for you too. I just said a shout out right now. So you guys stay on. Anna Marie doing the nooning dance. The nooning dance. We got a couple of nooning people on. I know my brother is still on. Pete Davis. I love radio, B-Dog. I do. That's why I'm trying to keep it relevant and do something different than what everybody else is doing. Like real news.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rare.
Keep going up, guys. Keep staying with us. I'll do shout outs to everybody this morning. The ones that are on. I got 50,000 plus. I can't shout out on the.
Plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you
Shoutcast.
want. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clients.
Oh, here we go. We're getting ready to go on. Shout out times, kids. I'll give you a shout out, Tim, for sure, brother. Hope it's brother. I don't want to be. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's period number 2 underway of your favorite radio show. You're in lockdown. You're in the penitentiary. I'm going to give a shout out to some of our listeners on the YouTube page in just a few moments. But period number 2 brings you the life and crimes of Vince McMahon and all it touches. Plus, Coca-Cola hopes to excite younger drinkers with a new raspberry-flavored Coca-Cola spice drink. What? Let's do this. Who am I? I'm RyanORadio Penitentiary, the one, the only Ryan O'Neal, and of course, I'm the game. All right, 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud. We're across that RyanORadio Penitentiary, Earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. Up there in the British Columbia Eye of Canada. Good morning to you. Area. And finally, across the Jordan Communication and Family Radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here, 99.1 FM, WQEE, in the Big Peach. Yeah, we're the home of Southern Sports, inspirational talk, and so much more. We got it going on. We're the heartbeat of Atlanta, and you're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary and lock down. And to my haters, I got one thing to say to you. Yeah, I am the man. Oh, it's a bird morning, says Pete. Yes, good morning to everybody out there. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. Straight edge, independent skeptic, telling it like it is. I appreciate you guys being on with us this morning. We're also on our YouTube page. Please like, subscribe, and share on that page if you don't mind. I'm going to say a big shout out to Tim this morning. What's up? And I got to say hello. Shout out to the casual fourth grader giving me a shout out to them. So if that's their name, I'm going to have to not say some words in front of them because I don't do that in front of kids if that's what it is. But I put a thing on this link on the YouTube that this was not made for kids. So can't be any kids in here. Our friend, what time is it in America? B-Dog from Iran. It's 8:08 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is this? Crystal. Is this Crystal with us? Crystal, good morning to you. No, you're not. Hey, no, you're not. Want to mess with me. Tim said, what's up, Weasel? Good morning, my brother. I had to put that in there because he said hey to me that way when we first started, and I picked back at him. So anyway, Hazelnut 808. Hazelnut is 808. You on the same time we are, Hazelnut? All right. So there you go. That's a few people I'm saying hello to on our YouTube page. Like, subscribe, and of course, share this. 16:39 is the time where you're at. All right. It's morning, it's evening there. Hey, I just joined, said Affordable Inflatables. What's up, Affordable Inflatables? I appreciate you liking and joining and being a part of the station. We're at 99.1 FM, WQEE in Atlanta. This is a worldwide radio show everywhere as well. And if you guys want to help out the brother on the screen here, all you got to do is send me a little shout out there, as well as you can help out in our Cash App at Cash App $RyanShelander. That's Cash App RyanShelander. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you can help out. Throw a little something there, a little seed there, whatever you want to say. Throw a little seed in there, help out the show. What is my favorite movie? Is all right. We're gonna, before we get into the news, let's go into the chat right here. I get a lot of chat coming up. I do want to talk to some of you guys, and we're gonna get back to what's going on in news and everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe, good people. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that. Woohoo! Affordable Inflatables say. I bet you got some cool stuff there, guys. Let's see. Hazelnut, my favorite movie is Back to the Future. Great Scott! It's heavy. Yes, if you've never seen it. I do have some stepchildren and grandchildren, so yeah. Cool, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody coming on. Good one, says Hazelnut. Thank you. Cool car. Yes, is this. MP, UZI. I don't know how you say it, but I'm just going to say UZI. Says Cool Mike, NP. Thank you. New sub. Okay. Cool. That sounds good to me. Now I know what you guys are doing. Yeah, sounds good to me. Pretty cool. Got a lot of great people in the feed this morning. Stay with us. Usually I have a lot of great guests on, but this morning it's just me and you throughout the morning. And it's evening, afternoon, overnight, wherever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is through your time zone. But it's just going to be us today. Laugh out loud. I love the way you say Uzi. Affordable inflatables. Okay, there you go. That's cool. My favorite movie is Busty Cops 2. Of course, Tim's going to be the jokester. We got a new jokester in here. Thank goodness. Affordable Inflatable says, I just woke up. Good. Some of you it's daytime, it's morning, evening, afternoon, or wherever you may be doing, but we appreciate it. Usually we're Wednesdays, we have a great guest. Thank you about the headphones. We have a great guest usually. No, I'm in Georgia. Usually have a great guest talking weird stuff on Weird Wednesday. We'll have coming up in a couple of weeks, Horrifying History. Professor Brenda Gaskin, she's not really a professor. She hosts a show called Horrifying History. She'll be on the show. We've got usually Randy Rocket Cody joins us. He always, from themetalden.com, he has some updates of what's going on in the metal world and music world, as well as he investigates in all these unusual situations. It's a good movie. I hear you, Tim. I'm pretty sure Busty Cops 2 is a good. Busty Cops 1 wasn't that good. Or you just like 2 better? I don't know. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Randy Rocket will bring us all the news from Jack the Ripper to everything that's going on there. And that's what's on Weird Wednesday. True Crime Thursdays for you guys tuning in. We do true crime news on Thursdays. We have Elizabeth Sarles, the author of the Birthday Bash, talking about unsolved homicides in small town USA. We also have coming up, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursdays, we have the Book of the Dead podcast host, Courtney Lizo. She has unsolved homicides across the country. And we talk about all that on Thursdays. Movie reviews on Tuesdays. You guys want to hear that? Shane B does it with us in the third period and so much more. This morning, I don't have no guest this morning. It's the beginning of the month because it's kind of weird because last week was the beginning of the month. No, unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. I wish I did, but Ellie the Jelly, I thank you for being with us, though. No, I'm in Georgia. Part 2 was better. Double the actions. Oh, I love it. I'm getting. Oh, man. All right. Let's get to some information and news for you this morning. Let's do this. Let's see. 14 minutes past the hour. It is 37 degrees. It's cool out there, as Pete Davis would say, and Anna Marie in the Noonan area. You stepped on your hamster? God, that thing's probably going, All right, here's some of the headline news in your time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Yeah, summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Some of the headline news that we're getting into this morning, it's kind of some unusual. 5 players of a gold medal winning 2018 Canadian World Junior Hockey team have been charged with sexual assault of a woman in a hotel room, and that happened in London, ladies and gentlemen. They apologize. The local authorities apologized for taking the actions a little too slow as they were investigating into this situation that happened in June of 2018. Hockey Canada on Monday said it has cooperated fully with the London Police Department and all authorities in this situation. Lots of love from Albania. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm cold. I'm in my car. In your car? Wow. Should be sitting in your car. My team is the Atlanta Falcons, but I'm pulling for the 49ers this week. Also, ladies and gentlemen, a group of Hong Kong students have set a new world record for the world's smallest humanoid robot. Just to let you guys know in some of the headline news. They broke the world record and was placed in the Guinness World Record. The creators said that they hoped that the robot will serve as a low-cost educational tool for those low-income students. Poor hamster, says Anna Marie. You guys keep chatting in the chat. Also, firefighters in Virginia determined the cause of a creek that turned milky color. Milky color. That's right. Because it led to an overflow of a clogged drain of milk coming from, well, a local dairy plant, Westover dairy plant, that the old milk, that the rotten milk went into the water. They said that there was no public health threat. They were able to clean it up. But man, they said they needed a really giant Oreo cookie or a chocolate chip cookie because the river was milky white. Kind of like some of you are before you go to the beach in the summer. Oh, Lord. In other headline news, the U.S. Coastal Guard reported that a man who had been missing for a while has just now sailed in from California to Hawaii, arrived safe over the weekend. His name is Noah Roberto, 60 years of age, and he and his vessel just arrived to Hawaii on Saturday after leaving in December on the 28th. The Coast Guard wanted to know why he was so late. They're still investigating and why it took him so long to get from December 28th in California to Hawaii. He had left Santa Barbara earlier that morning, a week after Christmas. Wow. What the heck? That's what I said about all what the heck. Milky white. I tell you what, man. And you guys, Coca-Cola out of Atlanta is announcing this. Of course, you guys getting some of these flaming hot Cheetos to sweet Heat Starburst. Sounds like a movie you would watch there, Tim. Sweet Heat Starburst or Flaming Hot Cheetos. American snacks are getting spicier. Now, Coca-Cola's getting in on that trend, ladies and gentlemen. On Wednesday, early this morning, the Atlanta beverage giant introduced a new Coca-Cola spice for the first time for a new permanent offering to North America's portfolio in the last 3 years. Coca-Cola Spice and its Spice Zero Sugar will go on sale in the United States and Canada beginning February 19th. Wow. The main flavors the drinkers will notice is a hint of raspberry. It won't be as heaty and spicy, but a little bit of raspberry with some amped up versions of spices than regular Coke, but they're secret herbs and spices. I'm coming. You'll see me going 100 miles per hour instead of affordable inflatables. Through downtown. There you go. Wow. So there you go. That's some good opportunities for you guys. Good opportunities for you guys to check out. 20 minutes past the hour. We're holding at 36 degrees in the Atlanta, metro Atlanta area. It's a beautiful sunny skies out there. Your time of Jefferson brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Now, they say this Coke product is trying to get for those who like heat and also for the younger people are loving that spicy stuff. The Flaming Hot Cheetos, I haven't really tried them yet. The Sweet Heat Starburst, I tried them one time, and I'm an original Starburst guy, or ones that have the raspberry, the cherry flavors and everything, and that's the juicier flavors. This one I don't really like. I like the juicy Starburst. Now, I think Tim likes the Sweet Heat Starburst. I'm talking about movies, right? Affordable Inflatable says, I'm cold. Anna Marie, you're still there, of course, and so is Pete Davis. Pete's working in one of the hardest working men in town. His wife, Holly Reese from Warrior Defenders, will join us on Friday's show as well. All right, let's take a look at a couple other headlines that are making the headlines that are a little bit stuff that you're not going to get everywhere because we talk about every type of news you can use. Anyway, a good news story that you're going to check out on Friday is a high school wrestler who overcome the loss of his legs determined to win in wrestling. What to order at Sonic, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on a diet. Okay. Spicy Coke? I don't know. Me either. I don't know either. It's a little too spicy for me too. But hey, Coca-Cola's got to come up with some new ideas, don't they? What do you need to order if you're on a diet? Or you got a nutritionist telling you you can't be overweight? Well, I'll tell you what you do is you keep your money in your pocket and you go and get something cheap and make it at home. But if you're going to go to the Sonic drive-thru and you feel tempted in the call of Sonic, this is Sonic. Now, I say the call of McDonald's because they got that new deluxe quarter pounder that the wife likes, and they got everything on it. It's like it's got tomatoes, lettuce, everything like a real hamburger. What's your favorite what? Song. Okay. Anything by Metallica. So there you go. All right, let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. They say that some of the low calories, fat, and sodium is in the burgers if you take the cheese off. They say that they point out the large Oreo peanut butter shake has more calories than they normally do, so 6 times the daily amount, so that may not be good for you to get. I think all kind of fast food is good for you. You want to, unless you count the lettuce on your burger, that's the only thing that they would say that's not processed food. So they say what to order? $1.99 at checkout? I don't know. Here's some of it. The chicken strips, the applesauce, and the apple juice are good for you. The Kids Crispy Tenders are the lowest calorie thing you can get at Sonic. But some of you won't be filled up, so there you go. You might have to get 2 of those meals. You can also get a hamburger with the applesauce and the juice. The plain junior burger is 330 calories, so just go for the plain burger. Yeah, Also, the chicken sandwich is pretty good. The chicken slinger sandwich is pretty good for you. It's got 690 milligrams of sodium, 360 calories. Oh, got to look out for those calories, everyone. I'll probably get that just because I like chicken sandwiches. They got the cheeseburgers and the chicken tenders, and even for you burrito lovers, the bacon breakfast burrito is probably the best thing to get at Sonic. I don't really go to Sonic, so you guys tell me. You tell me what you like there. I don't really go to Sonic. I go to McDonald's every once in a while, and the Dairy Queen's up the street from the radio station, which makes it easier. But that's it. Can't really read that right now. Affordable inflatables. But whatever it is, I guess I'm going to have to agree with you. Unless there's something bad about me, then I have to disagree. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. Coke is hyped. Albania misses revenue estimation. Boost buyback by $25 billion. That's some headline news there. Message in a bottle from a high school class found 32 years later unlocks some memories, ladies and gentlemen. These are some news stories you can check out on the WQEE key page. Let's get a couple other news stories before we take a break and come back and talk about our hot topic of the day, which is it's going to be mixed in with our wrestling today. So there you go. Baby Gray White, ladies and gentlemen, caught on camera for the first time ever, despite no one ever knowing where they came from, I guess. Like and subscribe. I said, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Like and subscribe to the page and support us, guys. Thank you. And share. Appreciate that. Thank you, Affordable Inflatables. Also, these ancient predators, we all see them as the great white sharks, the big jaws or whatever. Now there's a picture on the internet that has been put off the coast of Santa Barbara. Video was taken of a small great white shark about 5 feet found. And this is just I guess it's a newborn baby. Newborn baby. That's cute, I guess you would say. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, you never know what you're going to see. Now we're actually seeing it. A lot of people say, well, I've never seen it. Well, of course, we didn't have as much video and audio and media and equipment as we got now to see as much stuff as we're seeing. We're probably going to see a lot of strange mammals and ocean creatures that we've never seen before. My favorite is the golden hour. There you go. My favorite is golden hour. There you go. I like the golden hour too, some places. But I tell you what, if you really think about it, we're going to see a lot of mammals in the ocean we've probably never seen before. And I think that some of these giant squids and octopus, in my opinion, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this before we get ready to take a break, is what probably sailors of the 1800s saw and thought were giant monsters and everything. And it probably did grab onto the side of the ships and everything because they didn't know what it was. And I mean, the mammals themselves, the squids, the octopus. So they thought they were giant monsters and they didn't really know all except for what the fish that they were fishing for and maybe what a shark was and a whale they've seen. They over the years we had to learn different mammals of the ocean. So I think that seeing a baby great white, they've always been around. We just have never known them. They probably stay at a safe distance from their parents or everything. We don't know how these mammals think, these sharks think. So that's one thing I've always thought, that in these old stories in the 1800s where sailors have saw monsters in the ocean and they had 8 legs and tentacles and all, and I was like, well, that's an octopus. Yeah, I've always thought that. Yeah, think about it. All right, we're going to take a break. That's right. We're going to come back with our topic of the morning, hot topic of the morning. 28 minutes past the hour, ladies and germs. You are holding at, can you believe it, 36 degrees in the metro Atlanta areas. Time and temperature brought to you by those wonderful folks at Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. They take care of my home. They can take care of yours. We're going to take a break. Come back. I'm going to dive deeper into the Vince McMahon saga. That's right. We're going to dive the life and crimes of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And still to come, we got some strange and unusual news for this weird Wednesday. Yeah, we're going to get into the weird in the final period. And I don't mean Tim's type of weird. No, Tim, not your type of weird. Back in a moment. Keep getting, and please like and subscribe and share the WQEE 99.1 FM YouTube page. Follow us on Facebook as well and everywhere. And if you want to support the show, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is send something to the Cash App. My Cash App is $RyanShelander, $RyanShelander. $RyanShelander on Cash App. A little something, we appreciate it. Where I can get a pizza, maybe some snacks, maybe some of this new hot flavored Coca-Cola that's coming out on the 19th. Now, I'm going to stick with my regular Coke. Sorry. I'm not even going to go with Coke Zero. I'm sorry. Back in a moment. Please like, subscribe, and follow the show. Back in a moment. You guys chat amongst each other. I got to run down and unlock the door because we've got a live show at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't want the doctor to think I forgot about him. Just keep sharing.
Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. High near 60, light and variable winds. Low near 46 on Thursday night, cloudy with winds light and variable. By Friday, cloudy, a slight chance of showers. High near 66 with south-south winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. 40% chance of rain coming in Friday night. Cloudy skies through the afternoon, early showers through the evening, and overnight low near 56. South-southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. By Saturday, high near 66 with a low near 54. Rain all day. That's your active weather forecast, sponsored by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael and the crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you.
Are you looking for a reliable dental practice that not only cares about your teeth, but is friendly to work with? How about one that offers great deals and new patient promotions? Well, your search is over. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest and brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuable Smiles veneer special includes one free veneer with every 5 purchased. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted by taking advantage of an exclusive $100 off Zoom.
I am back. Sorry about that. Hello. Baby loves you. Whoever that is. Hi. Tell us where you're from.
Or visit mostvaluablesmiles.com.
Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services.
Time for some wrestling. Well, I won't say wrestling wrap up because we got away from that. We'll give you some updates. All right, I was able to get that door. That's where I was, guys. Sorry about that.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newnan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers.
Philippines. Well, baby, love you. We appreciate you watching from the Philippines. That is so awesome. Like, subscribe, and share the YouTube page. Let's get it up. The more you guys get it up, the more it's going to help out the station.
Is all about. Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success. We meet twice a month with mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy.
Thank you for joining us this morning. What time is it there? It is 8:33 Eastern Standard Time in the morning, 8:33 a.m. It's 8:33 a.m. What time is it in the Philippines? What time is it there? Keep growing up, guys. Stay with us. 9:30 p.m. Wow, that's late. It's night. It's evening there. I appreciate you tuning in before you get ready to do whatever you got to do for the night.
Radio show where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Lumen, Georgia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning to everybody tuning in to our YouTube page. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow the page. It's about 33 minutes past the hour, and we are holding at, of course, 36 degrees at 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan is Active Pest Control, which brings you a look at your time and temperature every morning about this same time. All right, let's jump into it. It's time for a little wrestling wrap-up. Kind of a wrestling wrap-up in a way, kind of not, but we're going to dive deeper into what's going on in the world of professional wrestling right now, which the life and crimes of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That's right, Vince McMahon is on the mouths and the minds of many inside and outside the wrestling ring ever since he has been the allegations up against the former WWE owner and TKO board member have came to light as of last week. He has there's a document out, like a 24-page document. I ended up reading most all the pages. I actually read it all, but it was about a 24-page document of Donald Trump. Oh, sorry about that. I don't want you Donald Trump people to come after me. I hate you now because you said that. Vince McMahon, they're friends, so that's why it came up. Anyway, Vince McMahon, don't get mad at me. That was a mistake. It's not time to go and lynch and kill me because I said that. Jesus Christ, it was a mistake. Yes, I am a radio personality. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's get back to it. Vince McMahon, last week, if I could get into this and everything, the 24-page document included Brock Lesnar's name, who finally was released. The Beast, who was a UFC champion, WWE champion, who was trying to be re-signed. Vince McMahon shared photos of this young lady, Miss Grant. And I really still don't know her age or anything to that sort. I'm thinking she's in her 20s. I really didn't give too much detail into that. Yeah, baby, love you. I am radio personality. Thank you. But anyway, that's beside the point. All the disgusting things that were in there, it's getting more detrimental and detrimental that even Brock Lesnar, they're selling out his shirts and all of his stuff at 99% off. We told you this the other day. And more is coming about Brock Lesnar being erased from the WWE universe. Brock Lesnar, guys, stay with me now and then come on because I made fun of somebody. Brock Lesnar removed from WWE 2K24 40 years of WrestleMania edition cover. He was on that with a lot of other stars like Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. All these pictures. There's like 3 versions of the cover for the new new 2K24. One is Cody Rhodes is on there. One is Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair sharing the cover, and one is the WrestleMania edition with a bunch of the stars on it. Well, his picture has been erased from it. They nixed it. WWE nixed him from involvement in Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania 40. Following the sex trafficking lawsuit that was filed against Vincent Kennedy McMahon and the WWE, with the former WWE and UFC champion being named in the filing, and the Wall Street Journal even naming Lesnar as the former champion. Lesnar is losing everything. I heard so many people talk about Lesnar, and he was a private person, and he might even come back. I didn't even worry about. Well, he probably won't. He probably won't get back out into business or anything. He'll probably stay on his farm if any of these allegations are true. I haven't heard anything from the Brock Lesnar camp whatsoever. I do know that John Laurinaitis wants to fight it in court and say he's just as much a victim as former Johnny Ace. And the mother and the stepfather of the Bella twins, aka the Garcia twins, aka the Bella twins, and everything. So he's going to fight it in court. But everybody in Vince McMahon's inner circle and all of his friends know this. And these are the type of people, the Epstein people, and this. You guys keep on defending certain people out there. And these are the type of people they associate with. I mean, Vince was not on the Epstein's list, but Vince didn't need to be on the Epstein's list. He just, every woman that worked for him, he did what he wanted to do. You got a lot of former wrestlers coming out saying things. Even Jake Roberts said on his podcast that it was disgusting. This is Jake Roberts, a man that did methamphetamine right before he went into a wrestling match in like one of these lower card matches. He was asked to come out and do one of these indie shows. A man that did meth before he went out there and did that, saying this is disgusting. That's how bad what Vince McMahon has done, and everything that's in this. And you can read it for yourself. You can find the documents online. You can read it for yourself how disgusting it is that even a former meth head, and I'm not talking bad about Jake Roberts. I'm just saying that as a former meth head, he finds it disgusting. So many people, there's some people just like, well, I'm not going to talk about it until I find about it. Trying to be politically correct, I understand, because a lot of you are like, well, we're still friends with everybody. We're still friends with everybody. We're still friends with everybody. Kevin Nash, I love Big Sexy, don't get me wrong. He doesn't want to do anything. Big love from Russia. Please pray for my brother. He is fighting against the Ukrainians. We'll pray for you guys, all of you on both sides, my friend. I will pray for you as well. Andrew says, wow. Yep. But and I read the documents, even more disgusting. And his inner circle around him knows it. And like I said, Kevin Nash said he didn't want to say anything about it. I understand he's friends with Paul, aka Triple H, and Triple H is married to this man's daughter. And I know if I found out somebody in my wife's family did something, I'd be like disgusted too. Dear Jesus, please give Russia and Ukraine peace. There you go. Thank you, Andrew, for saying that. She can pray over you really well. She's definitely a big prayer. But anyway, like I said, I understand where Nash is coming. I understand where some of these people are coming from. But my thought process on this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, my whole thought process on this whole thing is there's more people that know about this. There's more people that's been around Vince. And there's going to be more people to come out. And there's more people. There's only a few people named in this lawsuit. But people are stepping aside. Kevin Dunn, we told you, long-standing employee with the WWE, stepped aside and everything. Amen. Thank you there. There you go. MT6 for them boys. We appreciate you tuning in this morning as well. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm just going to tell you something. We act like we're going to ignore the Epstein's list because some of our favorite actors are on there, or models, or some of those people are victims, by the way, that's on that list. And some of our favorite politicians, and some are on both sides of the aisle. And we're going to ignore it because, you know why? I don't like it. I don't like it because it doesn't fit my narratives. Vince McMahon being this kind of person doesn't fit the narrative of being a professional wrestling fan for as long as I've been a professional wrestling fan and supporting this man's business over the years. Doesn't fit my narrative, but I'm disgusted by the things that he did. And I'm not going to sit here and defend him because of things. I'm going to sit here and tell the truth. They say they're allegations. Yeah, they're allegations. He's denying, yeah. But he supposedly was going to give this woman $3 million for all the stuff that was in this lawsuit, sign an NDA, which was not legal because the WWE, he signed it himself, and the WWE did not approve it. And at the time when he signed this, ladies and gentlemen, he'd already been in the process of selling the company over to Endeavor. So they are not wanting to be sued amongst this. Of course, he had to step down, and many people are going to be stepping down from the WWE board. So the WWE will continue to do what they're doing, but the legacy of having a Vince McMahon's legacy there that created a lot of things over the years and his thoughts. He destroyed his own legacy. As well as Brock Lesnar is being erased from WWE history. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, there you go. Anna Marie says, please pray for peace for Russia and Ukraine. I love that everybody's getting into that. I know, and I'm praying for M16 for them boys, his brother. In the name of Jesus Christ, we're going to pray over him and his family that this war ends very soon, because he sees his brothers fighting in this war. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. All right. We're about 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. The Rock is 100% going to be performing at the WWE WrestleMania 40. But fans, we're not happy about that, because during the time that Seth Rollins had a face-to-face with Cody Rhodes on Monday, they were chanting for Cody. They were chanting Rocky sucks. And Michael Cole says, is it 1996 again? Rocky sucks. Rocky sucks. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So The Rock may face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. We know they're going to be a bit kicked off. So I don't know what's going on, but the fans wanted Cody Rhodes to face Roman Reigns and win the title. They want Cody Rhodes to be world champion, and it's coming sooner than you think. He will finish his story. DIY won a fatal four-way to take on another tag team this Friday night on SmackDown to get the number one contendership for Judgment Day's tag team belts. The Miz beat JD McDaniel of the Judgment Day. Also, they showed a footage of CM Punk's surgery and how well he's doing on his arm. Cody Rhodes took on Nakamura in a bull rope match. He beat him. Drew McIntyre come out and helped beat down Cody in the ring. And then when Cody left to leave the ring, Nakamura got it backstage. So there you go. That's what happened on Raw. You can check out all that stuff on WQEE page, as well as what happened on NXT last night. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, ladies and germs, we're going to talk about Bret the Hitman Hart. No, I don't have any guests next hour. Not today, because it's been a weird week, so they'll be starting next week. No guests today, but we'll have some weird and strange news for you and some other stuff. Unless you want to talk, you can. Andrew. Also, ladies and gentlemen, after the break, we'll talk about Bret the Hitman Hart, saying he's relevant to the youth today. And we'll give you a rundown of AEW Dynamite tonight and shortly. Stay tuned. School is out today. Oh, okay. That sounds fun. No guests today. It's just me and you guys. But we'll have guests tomorrow and probably Friday. And, of course, we'll have guests beginning next week, because it's been a weird month as it gets started. Elizabeth Sarles will join us on True Crime Thursday. We'll also have on another True Crime Thursday, Courtney Lizo of the Book of the Dead podcast, Horrifying Histories, Brenda Gaskey, and more this month. More movie reviews and all that kind of stuff. It's Super Bowl week, too. Tomorrow we're going to do an in-depth look at Brock Purdy on the show, and then Friday we'll try to look at the Chiefs and their association with Taylor Swift.
With the VA, we can do a better deal for you with fees than any other company. We have a lot of different kind of programs.
The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is.
Keep going up. Keep going up.
Because we make the listeners a part of the show. Every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern, you'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
What is good? 99.1 WQEE.
We're going to have somebody explain news this morning.
Jet stream. Tune in every Saturday
Kids International at 121 Hillwood Circle, Noonan, Georgia. Presenting, connecting the kingdom.
Oh, that's going to be very cool to talk about.
Kingdom citizens, kingdom businesses, and advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
All right.
This is DJ Commando of the 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Noonan, Georgia.
Yes, indeed you are. And if you're on the YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. And you can share your, a little something with a host here at the WQEE and the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Go to my Cash App and send me a little something at $RyanShelander. That's $RyanShelander. Here we go. They don't want none. A little AJ Styles phenomenon and phenomenal music there in the background. All right, let's jump right back into it. More wrestling news. Bret the Hitman Hart, the former WWE World Champion who left WWE years ago because he had a problem with Vince. Vince said, I can't pay you all this money. There you go. And he went to WCW, and WCW didn't know what to do with Bret Hart after the Montreal screw job, which the story of that is basically they took the title from Bret Hart in his home country, and he was going to drop it on Monday Night Raw the next day. But no, Vince didn't want to do that. It wasn't best for business. Well, Bret Hart's recently had a recent interview with Fox Sports Australia talking about the world of professional wrestling then, today, discussing topics including stars of the day, pro wrestling of the day, and his thoughts on Goldberg, who was the final guy he wrestled that put him out of wrestling. Goldberg was a little green, a lot of green. Well, he put over FTR and CM Punk for mentioning him and giving him a name for the younger fans to learn. He said that Punk has reminded the fans to look back at some of his old matches. And Bret Hart also said, hey, he appreciates that. He doesn't have much love for his fellow WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. Bill injured Bret in a blotched kick in the head at WCW Starrcade in 1999 for the World Heavyweight Wrestling title. The kick put Bret Hart out of the business for good. It was blotched because Bill was green. And Bill was not really trained but to do one or two or three maneuvers, which that's all he's done in this day and time. Bill Goldberg, biggest name of all time, to think because he was bald, a former Atlanta Falcon, a former Georgia Bulldog, and kind of looked like Stone Cold. That's what put him over in WCW. But the thing about it is they should have left it as a squash match. Bret Hart never just, and Bret wrestled Stone Cold too. Bret's never wrestled a 2-minute match. So he wanted the match to go a little longer. This is what happens when you put somebody in that didn't know what they were doing. So there you go. Tonight's AEW Dynamite is going to be ecstatic. Let me go ahead and tell you what's going on tonight. There's going to be some returns. Roosh is ready to return. Also, the Hardy Boys, will they keep turning heel? The BCC in action tonight. Jon Moxley, Claudio. Jon Moxley, the former Dean Ambrose. Claudio, the former Cesaro. And Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson, the former Daniel Bryan, will be in 6-man tag team action. They call it trios over there. Also, Tony Khan's got a big announcement. Tony Storm takes on Red Velvet. AEW tag team titles on the line. Ricky Starks and Big Bill, the tag team champions, defend against the retiring Sting next month. Ow! And Darby Allin. Also, Tashaki takes on Chris Jericho in a match. And a winner to get the number 1 title shot against AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. Swerve Strickland takes on Hangman Adam Page tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, also, thank God, Orange Cassidy's not on the show. Look. I'm going to pick at Tony Khan about this. Don't get me wrong. But at least Tony Khan's not chasing women around his office. Vince McMahon, sorry about that. At least he's not doing things to people he shouldn't be doing. He may have a little bit of a problem in putting the right people on TV to keep the ratings up like they need to be. But the man is not doing anything else. You hear me, Tony, don't you? You hear me? Somebody's watching and listening that knows Tony Khan. And even Tony Khan has checked out the shows. Thank God Orange Cassidy not on there. Please take the international title off him and put it on Roderick Strong, a real wrestler. Please put some titles on some of the real wrestlers so that we can see them. And put these guys, Orange Cassidy could be your R-Truth, comedic. Let the people love him. Whatever. And that's all that's going on. Mustafa Ali is heading to TNA Wrestling, by the way, guys. Another former release champion. It's smart that Mustafa Ali and the former Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, have decided to join TNA Wrestling rather than try to be in this mixture in AEW. AEW, more money, more everything, but I think TNA is going to be doing their shot this year. I'm going to be supporting them as well. I think AEW needs to look out for TNA. WWE's on a different level, as I would say. All right. That is some of the stuff that's going on. Recap of this. The life and crimes of Vince McMahon. Brock Lesnar's being pulled off of everything. 99% off of all of his shirts and stuff. He's been named in this lawsuit and everything that he's the former UFC and former WWE champion. They were trying to get re-signed. That Vince was offering this employee up to him, this female employee up to him. Also, Brock Lesnar was pulled out of the Rumble. He's being pulled out of WrestleMania and Elimination Chamber. And they're pulling him off of everything. And I don't even know if he's still going to be. Right now, last time I checked the WWE pay website, he was still on there. But I think he was put in the, quote, retired legends, whatever you call it, portion of the WWE's pages, where they put all the retired wrestlers and the dead wrestlers and all that kind of stuff. Inactive wrestlers. That was the last time I saw a week ago, so I don't know if he's still on the site. So that is your update there this morning. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to do some strange and unusual news. I got some very unusual stuff I want to jump into this morning. Plus, we're going to talk about the Slender Man. We're going to tell you, we've talked about it on the show before, true crime, and everything's like, what does a Slender Man, the activities of a folklore have to do with real life? We're going to tell you about the two schoolgirls who critically wounded their classmate. And we talked about this on the show before with Three Spook Girls a couple of years ago when they were guests on True Crime Thursday. And we talked about the Slender Man killings. We'll give you an update on what's going on with those ladies. They're 21 now. One is getting ready to possibly get out. The other one's in a mental health facility. We'll get into that next period. Plus, a few other headline news for you as well. So don't you dare move away. It's another Weird Wednesday. We're going to get weird with you. No, not that way. No. We don't do that kind of thing. We can't do that kind of thing. Oh, my goodness. Once again, guys, we can't believe Coke is going to have this raspberry flavored hot spice Coke that's coming out February 19th in the United States and Canada. David in Canada said he's going to try it. Michael said he might try it. Alice said it sounds good to her. She's going to try it. She loves raspberries. So Canada's going to get it, and America's going to get it, and Coca-Cola's getting it out. And if it goes well, they'll get it worldwide. If it don't go well, it'll be like the new Coke. Die in the stores, on the shelves. New Coke tasted like a flat Coke. They're trying to be more Pepsi. It's like, look, why do you want to buy a flat Coke? I could just buy a regular Coke and sit it in there for a week and let it get flat. All right, back in a moment. Okay, what is going on? Why is it down to 43%?
Cities like Boston, Philadelphia, Detroit, New York City, and Miami close out the tour in Chicago at the end of October. These tours titled debut, his new album Coming Home. He's also set to perform at this week.
I might have to try it, but it still won't be like original Coke. I hear you. I'm like that.
Honoring fellow country music legend Toby Keith, who died at age 62 after a years-long battle with stomach cancer. She released.
Yeah, I went. I buffered a little bit. I came off for a minute there because I had to make sure I was. My charger was charging, so the buffering was on my end this morning for just that minute.
social media.
I didn't want to.
And Carl Weathers will still appear in FanDuel Super Bowl commercials.
I didn't want the phone to die in the middle of the last hour.
To the ad, which already showed him in teasers. The company's executive vice president of marketing said the Weathers family has been very supportive and they'd still like to see Carl in commercials. That's entertainment. Steve Greenfield, NBC News Radio.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
Because it went on me like that last week, 1 week. And got too many people on today. Too many views on today. Let's let it die.
President Trump of her plans Tuesday night. The chairman of the North Carolina Republican Party, Michael Watley, looks to be her replacement after an election. A Michigan jury finds a school shooter's mother guilty.
The verdict makes Jennifer Crumbley the first parent in the United States to be held responsible for a child carrying out a mass school attack. Prosecutors say she had a duty under state law to prevent her son from harming others.
I'm going to try, but I'm pretty sure I won't like it. Laugh out loud, says Anna Marie. I hear you.
The father of victim Justice Schilling.
It was a long time coming, but it's definitely a step toward that.
I know it's going to be tried in my house one time, probably in a small can. If they have small cans, that's probably going to try. And if it's good, then I might get, but I'm not going to get probably do one small can to see how it tastes. Throw it in the refrigerator, let it cool off, put it over some ice.
Prince Harry arrives in London after his father's died.
I know that's the way you do tea, because
Correspondent Charles Deledesma.
some lemon there. Oh, I'm getting thirsty.
Clarence House visits in Buckingham Palace in a black SUV after an overnight flight. The two have a troubled relationship, and Harry has seen his father infrequently since the prince quit royal duties in 2020 and moved to Los Angeles with his wife Meghan. Buckingham Palace says the cancer was found during Charles's recent
Get rid of that.
full
New Coke.
but it's a separate issue and not
That was a, yep.
The palace adds Charles, who has generally enjoyed good health.
They did get up because like New Coke was trying, because Pepsi had just come out and Pepsi was big with the kids. Good morning, BK on the air. Appreciate you being with us. New Coke wanted to compete with Pepsi because Pepsi was the new generation. And then they messed up with that flat Coke. That's all it tasted like. Good morning, BK on the air, my brother. Everybody like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody's been on with us all morning long. It was nighttime in most of these places, the Philippines and Israel they're watching, Iran, Russia, China. Got people watching from everywhere. Of course, in America, Georgia and America and Georgia and Russia. But they like and subscribe, and I appreciate every one of them liking and subscribing.
The law to protect their inalienable rights. This is SRN News.
You guys go follow BK on the air too. He gets into those legendary shows and radio shows and TV shows and movies and even commercials. I bet he put some of those old Pepsi and Coke commercials up. The new Coke commercial. That's my buddy BK on the air. Gail said the other day, she says, I used to listen to you on the station here. Where is Gail from the Gail and the Zoo crew? Why is she not? She's been missing a lot. We got some strange, unusual news coming up this hour in March. Tomorrow's True Crime Thursday. You guys tune in for that. Friday is TGIF Friday. Fun Friday. Good News Friday. And Holly Reese from Warrior Defenders will join us on Friday as well.
Baseball fried chicken. It's back
Elizabeth Sorrows won't be joining us tomorrow, but she will be joining us next Thursday, I believe. And the Thursday after that, we'll have Courtney Lizo. I believe so. I'll have to look at my schedule. Of the Book of the Dead podcast, that's where Courtney Lizo is. We do true crime Thursdays with them. Unsolved homicides. Who else does that on the radio? No one.
It doesn't get any more local than the sports beat. We cover Columbus River Dragons, Columbus Rapids, Columbus Lions, Columbus Chattahoochee, Columbus State Cougars and Lady Cougars, and all the high school football and basketball action in the Chattahoochee Valley. If you have a sports question or would like to...
Adam, yeah, you have the monopoly. Thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that.
The views and opinions of this
Thank you, Adam.
are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
It's the final period of play, ladies and gentlemen. This morning, are you ready to have some good times? Thank you. Be blessed. I appreciate that. We're going to do some strange and unusual news this hour, including some true crime mixed in with the weird, because it's Wednesday. It's weird. You know what that means. It's a weird Wednesday, and you're still in lockdown. Don't make me send old Red after you. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm the host with the most, Ryan O'Neal, of course, and I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout Out Loud across the RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, the Jordan Communication of family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and more. We got it going on. It is the biggest morning of all, Weird Wednesday, and we're going to dive deeper into some more True Crime Meets the Weird this morning. We don't have a guest this morning. We'll have a guest next Wednesday morning on the show. And of course, usually we have a lot of great guests here throughout the whole month. Movie reviewers, sports analysts, and more. To my haters, listen up to this. I am the man around here. Tomorrow morning on the show, in the second period to play about 30 minutes past the hour, I'm going to do a little deep dive into Brock Purdy, the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Why am I going to do that? Well, the big game is Sunday, and we're going to dive in his support group, his working hard, his work-life balance, and him having prayer in his life. So we're going to talk about Brock Purdy as we head into the Super Bowl. And on Friday, in the 30 minutes past the hour, I'm going to do Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm going to do, everybody already knows about Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. But we're going to have Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift connection, how this all started at the beginning of the season, because I just want to dive deeper into that. I know there's going to be some people who are going to get mad about it, but do I care? I like to pick around and make people mad. Today is the chili cook-off I told you about. Wish me luck. Good luck, Anna Marie. You're going to win it. Because your husband's going to tell everybody, you better vote for my wife or else I'm going to be sleeping on the couch. Anyway, we'll do that on Friday, and we'll get a great guest on Friday as well. All right, we'll see what we got going on. That's what's going to happen, Anna Marie. You're going to win because, first of all, it's good. Second of all, because your husband's not going to want to sleep on the couch. So he's going to tell everybody they better vote for. He's going to tell all of his coworkers, you better vote for my wife because I'm not sleeping on the couch. I'm going to have to eat this chili when I get home too. It's great and it's wonderful and it's the best chili she ever made. And if she wins, all of you guys are going to take it home. If she loses, well, I'm going to have to eat it for the next 3 weeks. I'm picking. Adam, I appreciate that, my brother, and everything, saying I've got the monopoly on it. I appreciate that. All right, let's get into some news. It's about 8 minutes past the hour. We're getting up near 40 degrees now in the Atlanta area. Cool out there, beautiful sunny skies, and of course, Metro Atlanta area included in there. And it is time and temperature brought to you by our friends at Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. They can take care of all those specialized pests you get. 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to dive deeper into it. I'm going to get into this right quick. Around 20 years ago, this had happened. We talked about this with Three Spook Girls on the show about a year ago before they had to go separate ways, moving, different things that went on in their personal life. We had them on the show, and we talked about the Slender Man killings. Around 20 years ago, two schoolgirls critically injured their classmate in an effort to appease the Slender Man, which is a folklore in the paranormal world of this Slender Man. He's got a white face and black clothing, and you can see him, and you can't see his face because it's just white. You know, for those who might know this story or whatever. Anyway, the incident hit headlines back in 2014, and it saw Elise Ware and Morgan Gracer, both 12 at the time, take another friend of theirs into the woods, a sixth grade classmate, and to the woods in the Wisconsin area and stab her repeatedly over and over, basically kind of sacrificing her to them. And the young lady did survive, thank God, to tell her story and everything. Probably over and over with therapy and everything. To me, wow, I don't know what would be. Anna Marie said, indeed, there you go. About her chili cook-off and her husband. There you go. Anyway, back to this, guys. Now reports are coming out. A new hearing is set to take place in April for Gracer, who is now 21, who requested the judge to grant her early release. Anise has been in a mental health facility ever since. She's been put in there. And of course, Morgan hearing is expected to begin to take place April 10th through the 11th. We'll see if this girl's going to get out. We know that they did all this stuff because of what they believed and what they saw on the internet. 2014, we didn't have as heavy as internet presence as we got in 2024. That was 10 years ago. But it wasn't as heavy as internet presence. But a lot of internet is very dangerous. And like me, keeping it down the middle, doing the news, being in real radio, WQEE 99.1 FM, and following FCC rules helps me out a lot to get what I need to get out there across and everything without the process of just somebody sitting in their basement making up conspiracy lies and getting people to hate one another. And this kind of conspiracy was online, but it wasn't like it is today. You know, it was chatting. It was they could go to a Slender Man website and study up on this. And this is what the story was. These girls were going on there and they were all watching the Slender Man, and they were into this, and they talked about sacrificing someone. But the third girl that was kind of the sacrificial lamb in a way that survived, she didn't know she was going to be the one to do it. They thought they were all going out in the woods to do something, and she really thought that they were going out there to kind of like stab on a dummy, a doll or something. But she didn't really know. And they said, we got to do this. And she they held her down and did it. They tied her down and did it and everything. So, I don't know. I know that these girls need to be in a mental health facility. I don't know that they need to be personally let out. I think this Morgan was kind of the leader of it. The Anise, she was kind of second to it. They were both 12 years old at the time. And what is 12-year-old? Well, children are detrimentally dangerous because of what they see on television. And what I say is, don't let your kids play with older kids. Don't let your kids play with kids their age, because make sure you check things. It's like I said earlier when I was talking about the first stories earlier in the hour. You can go back and watch this at the end of the show. Also, you can go back and download this show at the end of my Spreaker as well. I usually get a couple of thousand downloads in the first couple of hours after it's over. But anyway, we have to watch our kids. We got to get more detrimental in them. It's like I said in the first hour, I know kids don't understand why you got to look at their Facebook page. It's like I was talking about the Michigan woman who was like, well, it's not my fault my son shot up the school and da-da-da. She should have checked his bag. She should have did things. She should have been more of a looking at her son rather than wanting to run him off to school so she can run off to work to talk to her boyfriend online. And she had a boyfriend at the time. But it's like I said there earlier, we have to be more detrimental in watching our kids. Same way in this type of situation. Don't let your kids play with older kids. I don't care how much they fuss and fight. Don't. They don't need that influence. If they're 5, 6 years old, they don't let me playing with somebody who's 12 or 13. If they're 13, don't let them be getting influenced by other people that are just as detrimental to their age or a little older. Every kid has a different mentality as they grow older. And in this day and time, the TikToks, which are dangerous, and everybody's like talking against the bipartisan bill that the United States trying to do. But to me, there's nothing wrong with that. To me, there's nothing wrong with monitoring what your kids is doing and make sure they're not on these events. You know, I'm not just worried about kids being, you know, somebody going on there and, you know, training these kids up for what they want to train them up for, and these young ladies and everything. That's a big portion of it. I'm also worried about your kids that don't have to worry about that, but they get influenced by going out here and share again. There you go. They get influenced by stuff they see on the internet. Us as older people will watch something and go, okay, whatever. It's like we were watching shows, whatever. It's like I could sit around watching all kind of things and not being influenced. I can sit here and talk with people that have way different thoughts on either the paranormal and UFOs and just have a great conversation with them. And it doesn't even affect me because I'm not into it 100%, but I like to get people's stories out. I can watch a television program without following going, that's really going to happen. Now, we have a lot of people who follow politics that way and politicians, and this is true in everybody else's life. You got a lot of people that do that. If adults are doing that and they can fall for lies from network television news and our so-called news networks and everything, what do you think a kid can do if they watch something on there? Hit some kid in the private parts. It's a game. You know, it's a game to eat Tide Pods they had years ago. It's a game. 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 Some of the stupid things that's done on TikTok and all over. It's a game. It's a challenge. It's stuff that we would consider no, but you need to watch what your kids are doing. I know that we don't have much time to work in homes, parents, this, that, and the other, but don't just throw them in front of that YouTube page and let them watch it. Just don't throw them in front of that TikTok. Don't let them monitor their amount of time on their social media. It's dangerous not because of the connection between friends and family and relatives. There's a lot of great things to it. It's dangerous because of things like this. These girls were on the internet 10 years ago, seeing something, watching things that were above their mindset, believing in Slender Man. You know, I don't think you should be watching horror movies, and some people may not even agree with me on this, but I don't think kids should start watching horror movies till they're about 15 or 16 years of age. I don't think little kids should be influenced in watching Friday the 13th or Halloween or anything. Oh, it's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal. These are murderers. These are cult killers. These are, you know, people. We've seen all these movies. These people are murderers. A lot of blood. Johnny Depp in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. A lot of blood. He was dead. Thought his career was over. Nah, that was the beginning of his career. Johnny Depp's dead. I'm just saying that a lot of this stuff we don't need our kids really watching. We need to get them on more educational programs, on more programs that are more educational and fun and less. And believe you me, how do you think about this? These are children. Okay? These are children. You get excited when your favorite wrestler wins a match. You get excited when your favorite football team wins. You get excited when when you think your side won the election or whatever, whichever side wins the election or whatever, if you're that hardcore into it, you get excited over all these little things. And then you get mad when you hear the news stories. Oh, I don't like what they're saying about so-and-so. I'm going to go fight my neighbor. Well, what do you think your kids are doing if they're watching TikTok, YouTube, and all that? Doing like these young ladies. These two young ladies are 21 years of age, never had an opportunity to move forward in life, putting another friend in harm who's probably been in therapy her whole life. She's 21 years old herself, and she's been in therapy since she was 12 for friends stabbing her. She probably can't watch any kind of murder or true crime or anything without it bringing some kind of horrifying mindset up. So if we as adults can get ramped up and mad or excited when we see something, this, that, and that, what do you think children do? They have less of a capacity to think something out. And I'm not feeling sorry for these two 21-year-olds. They need to be in middle. They need to stay where they're at. They'll be released maybe one day, maybe. But I just think that you have to watch what you get. You can't just throw your kids in the room and say, go have a sleepover. It's not like it was when most of us were kids. We talk about how great it was when we were Generation X, when we were kids. How great it was, this, that, and the other. We'd sneak at 2 o'clock in the morning and try to watch HBO, and it's all staticky with our friends and everything. Man, come on. Good morning, Cher. How you doing? She made it finally. Laugh out loud. You missed a whole group of people all over the world being on with us, but it's all right, Cher. You're on with us. I tag you all the time. But like I said, with these two young ladies, stabbed this one young lady back in 2014 over Slender Man. We have to start watching our kids and what they watch. P. Davis, Kevin Bacon, Friday 13th. There you go. But like I said, all these, we need to be able to find something and there's not enough stuff out there for kids ages 2 to 12 can watch. We throw them in there. You can't just have a sleepover like you used to. Remember how the things we used to do? All right. And no, it's not better then than it is now. It's not better ever. I just like to say, I never like to say, let's do that, because like I said earlier, I'll give you an example of how it wasn't better. And we're going to say, well, it made you tough. No, it didn't make you tough. It made you abused. But my point is on this is these kids, parents, like I said in the shooter, I'm glad that the Michigan shooter was put in jail for her responsibility, because all she wanted to do was rush her son off to school so she can run off and see her boyfriend and cheat on her husband. Now, her husband had guns. Now, I know plenty of people with guns that know that their kids wouldn't even think about touching them. Their teenagers wouldn't even think about touching them. Okay? But they lock them up. The problem was this wasn't locked up and all that kind of stuff. It's like I said, she was trying to act like it was everybody else's fault, but it was hers. It's a parent's fault, ladies and gentlemen, when they let their child go to school and shoot somebody instead of watching it and getting them some help. It's a parent's fault when their children do the things that these two girls did 10 years ago to another child because they were believing in the Slender Man thing. It's our fault as society, because if we get all ramped up over ball games and politics and all this other BS that we shouldn't be getting all ramped up, happy, mad, whatever, all the news site. And now I can tell you, I got more viewers and listeners than Newsmax and OAN has put together now. I can take pride in defeating them. But anyway, the reality of it is, ladies and gentlemen, the reality of it is, all that gets us mad, right? Or angry or up in arms or happy or whatever. What do you think TikTok and all that stuff does to kids? Keep in mind, watch your kids' social media. See who they are playing with and associating with. See what they are watching. If they are 5 or 6 years old, I don't care if they can speak better English than you and I put together, because a lot of kids are pretty smart at that age and smarter than most of us that's on this feed. I'm going to be honest. Well, it's me. Maybe not you guys, but me. I'm going to say smarter than me. And I've been doing this for years. I'm just going to go ahead and use myself as an example. but a lot of these kids are. But that don't mean they have the capabilities of understanding a Friday the 13th or a Halloween or something like that. And you need to and associate with somebody older than them. They don't need to be playing with the kids down the street that's 13 or 14 when they're 5 or 6. Because different mindsets, different age group, influenced by different things. And then you got to look at who's in the household. Sometimes parents are not good role models in the household and everything. And your kid's going to be around something that can happen. So check your kids' friends, whether they like it or not. Let them fuss. Check their social media. Check their bags when they go to school. If you see something that is totally different from your child's normal, and they're drawing things on their paper like that kid in Michigan did and everything, you need to get them looked into for therapy. Okay? It's not a dirty word anymore. It was a dirty word when we were growing up because we can handle ourselves. We're tough. We're great. Yeah, we come from a generation, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hit this. We come from a generation that we had to bundle up to get on the school bus because the schools at that time couldn't afford to put heat on the buses. Or if they did, it didn't heat up the bus wasn't heated up till you got to school. You get to school, you still were bundled up. You have to check out the friends and the parents. For sure, I agree with you. We come from a time where we called it a game, dodgeball, where they would use hard balls to hit somebody and you would be out and it would sting. And then they say, that just toughened you up. We didn't in elementary school, we didn't even have tackle football. We had touch. You didn't get tackled till you got into junior high school and everything. And that's older kids and everything. You see what I'm saying? But my point is, we can't sit here and try to call people weak in this day and time and this mindset. And I'm glad you agreed on that, Cher. But we can't do that when we come from a time of being abused. We were abused, ladies and gentlemen. We were literally abused. Okay? And it was considered, well, growing up and being tough. No, you wouldn't. I don't care how tough you think you are. I'm probably one of the toughest people in the world. But I still think all that stuff was miscellaneous, and I still think all that stuff was wrong. And for the kids that are listening to this and going back and listening to this, and you're mad that your parents are checking on your friends, their parents, checking your devices, checking all of your school stuff. Don't be mad, because what I just told you, your parents came from a generation of being abused. And you gotta have to go, well, my mom in school got a ball thrown at her and smashed her nose and broke her nose, and it was called a game. Because she didn't get out of the way fast enough. Or my dad, he was tackled and beat up by bullies in the yard. So yeah, you got to think about all that. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff today. And a lot of stuff goes on today. But we got media to check it all out. If we had media back when we were growing up and all the stuff if we had social media and Generation X, man, Generation Z, millennials, and the next generation would be crying over us. And we'd sit there going, Jesus Christ, I thought that was normal. Getting smashed in the nose by a ball flying at you wasn't normal. Getting beat down to the ground by a belt by your parents was not normal. Not everybody's parents did that. I'm just saying that some of them. I'm just using that as an example to the people that get extreme about how weak people are today. But I just want the kids to hear your parents went through that. So give them a break if they're going to go through your stuff. Okay? They just love you enough to check it out. All right, we're going to take another break. Our first break of this period. 28 minutes past the hour. Still, we're about 40 degrees this morning, ladies and gentlemen, in the metro Atlanta and Atlanta areas. Wow. Got a few more weird, unusual news stories to come up for you because it is strange. It is Weird Wednesday. We have no guest this week, but we might have one next week. I think we'll have one next week for sure. on Wednesday. And next Thursday, we'll have a guest as well. And the Thursday after that, we'll have a guest. And the Wednesday after that, we'll have a guest. But I think it's the first week, because last week it had to begin on Wednesday, the first day. It's kind of weird, this, that, and the other. And we started with Sally Toole last week on Thursday. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue the show this morning. We appreciate everybody tuning in all over the world, from China to Russia to Australia to New Zealand to everywhere. This Israel that's listening this morning, to the States. We appreciate everybody. Thank you for being on here. Please like, subscribe, and share the YouTube page this morning. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bedbug, termite roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line.
Let's see here.
Active Pest Control. Repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control.
I think I got everything I needed on here.
770-954-9941.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or
No, I'm not at
buying
risk.
in the market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
Hey sports fans, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show.
Okay.
The Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country. Back again, the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Who's that?
Weekdays 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show.
I woke up really early this morning for a while and went back to sleep. Well, when you're retired, you get to sleep in and everything. It's always a good thing, Cher.
You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even
Anna Marie's going to the chili cook-off contest date.
right here on WQEE 99.
Good luck.
Hi, Lisa Wolf, to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show.
Remember to tell your husband that he's going to sleep on the couch if everybody don't vote for you.
By a digital download link that never expires. That's 24
I'm just
classic
picking.
radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45's a Fair radio show. Where I
You really need to get up early. I hear you.
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Noonan, Georgia.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary at 32 minutes past the hour. Good morning to you. We appreciate you guys being a part of there. Good luck to Anna. Yes, of course, in the chili cook-off contest that her husband's work today. I told her to tell her husband that he's going to sleep on the couch and eat all of the chili by himself if she does not win today. He better get his friends to. Oh, Lord. Perfect day for chili, though. It's going to warm up, but it's a perfect day for chili in the metro Atlanta area. You got some saltine crackers with it? Are they going to have some French bread, garlic bread or something with it? What's going to be served with it? Just chili? Because I always like a little bread with my chili. It's just the way it is. I like I do like a little garlic bread with my spaghetti. I like it with my chili, too. I'm getting hungry now. I'm getting hungry now. I'm ready for some breakfast. I'm getting hungry. Better have cheese. You got that right, cheese. She said, my husband tasted it and thinks it's pretty good. That's what's important. Well, you already won then. You already won. If he likes it, he's going to eat it all up. He's going to be sharing it with everybody. Hey, this is my wife's chili right here. This is what I get, boys. You go home to a cold sandwich, and this is what I get when I go home. That's what Anna Marie's husband's telling every one of them. They're like, man, you lucky dog. Yeah, we'll vote for it. Better have him stop by the store and get some bread, yeah. Or you can get some French bread already made up that you can throw in a toaster or something like that. They got all that already ready to go. And cheese, you better get some cheese for it too. Shredded cheese. I like the sharp cheese. So I like the sharp cheddar cheese thrown in there. And I throw a little whipped cream, that's bad. A little sour cream in there as well. A little sour cream in there as well. Talking food this morning to get you hungry. It's dinner time somewhere listening. We got people all over the world viewing us on the YouTube page. So it's dinner somewhere. They're like, that's a good idea, right? Sour cream, cheese on my chili. Yeah. And if it's not hot enough for you, throw a little bit of Frank's Red Hot Sauce on there, because some people put that blank on everything. You need to tell Pete Davidson, making me hungry. Yeah, you better tell hubby to stop by the store and get some Frank's Red Hot Sauce too, because some people put that blank on everything. I like the Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I'm not a big red hot sauce fan. Not the Tabasco sauce is really too hard for me, but I like that. Put peanut butter on the bread too. Peanut butter bread, yeah, with cheese. Peanut butter bread. Sour cream. I love sour cream on it, yes. Sour cream, cheese, sharp cheese, right in there on the chili. Throw some Frank's Red Hot Sauce if it's not too spicy. I don't like my chili to be too spicy because I want to put my own blank on it. I want to put that blank on it. And I toast my bread. I like it toasted. I'll toast my bread and either have peanut butter on the toast or I'll have garlic toast. Just love it. Sometimes saltine crackers go good with it, or any type of cracker. And sometimes you might get some of those Cheez-It crackers or some of those like that, and you can throw the Cheez-It crackers into the chips is good. Yeah, you can throw the Cheez-It crackers into you can use the Cheez-It crackers and throw them into the mix too. So I like the beans and the chili and everything and all cooked in it. Cornbread. Oh man, you're right. You must be from the South, even though you're from Iowa to share. Cornbread, yeah. Chips too, yeah. Any kind of chips that go good. Lay's regular potato chips, or you can get the Fritos. Because look, I like to take the Fritos sometimes and put them on the bottom and throw the chili on top of that. Cornbread. Yeah, cornbread on the side with syrup. Sounds good. I like my cornbread sweet, almost like a cake. I'm really, really Southern when it comes to that. I don't eat grits, but I'm Southern when it comes to my cornbread. I'm a weird. I can eat a whole thing of sweet cornbread. Oh my God, a whole thing of sweet cornbread. I had to make sure we were still plugged in. Pete Davis says, oh my God, feed me. I know, right? You'll be calling Holly up saying, look, you know what I want for dinner tonight? Chili. Go by and get some chili. Go by and get some chili. Throw some spices in it. Get some Frank's Red Hot Sauce, some Fritos, cornbread, chips, everything, some cheese. Cornbread with honey. That's a Southern tradition right there, Pete. And, that's a dinner in its own. That's dinner in its own right there. Cornbread with honey or cornbread with syrup. That's a dinner in its own right there. That's how we save money in the South, guys. Everybody else all over the world like, what? Why you don't go out to Applebee's all the time? No. Just every once in a while, like in that song. The Applebee's song guy. It's like, never mind. Won't get into that. But yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm getting hungry now, Pete. Got to check my bank account and see what to eat. Like, I'm not going to be able to get out of here till later this evening. Like, good Lord, I got so much going on. Oh, you're the one that cooks that. Well, go ahead and get it. I'm giving you an idea for what to make for dinner tonight, Pete. You'd be like, when I get off of work, I'm going to stop by Kroger's or wherever you stop by, Smith's or whatever, whichever grocery store you stop by. I'm going to stop by the grocery store and pick some stuff up to cook. He said sharp cheese, sour cream, Fritos, Frank's Red Hot sauce, chili. I'm gonna make homemade chili. Get the hamburger, meat, and beans. See what you started this morning, Anna Marie. Good luck. Hope you win the chili cook-off today. Because then I'm gonna get some cornbread mix and make some cornbread. Now, some of them already have the cornbread made up in the little pans, like over in the bakery. Payday Friday. Oh, you got to wait till Friday to do it. So now we know what Pete's going to make on Friday. Southern cornbread is cooked in a, cast iron skillet and isn't sweet. I know, but I like it cooked in a cast iron skillet with sugar in it. I like mine sweet. Pete says, yep, Kroger. There you go. Well, a lot of people in the South don't know Kroger. It's known as Smith's on the West Coast. And but you knew what I was talking about, Pete. Near the water tower. That's right. That's the one I go to. That's what I go to. You're right, Anna, but I like mine sweet, so I'm a little bit weird. I mean, sometimes I like to throw jalapenos in the cornbread. Whew. We're going to be talking about food, and the doc's going to walk in, and he's going to be like, look, I make all this. He makes a darn good chili at Halloween time. Speaking of chili, Dr. Louis Boynton's chili is good. I just go visit him on Halloween just to get his chili and hot dogs. Like, hey, buddy, how you doing? I appreciate you. Great customer. I'm coming to get some. You got some of that chili ready? Oysters, maybe? Some fish? And now that you guys are putting that in there, is that you go? Because Coach Lewis told us on Monday that his wife's going to make chili for the big game. So sweet cornbread for sure, says Cher. All right, I must be from Iowa. There you go. Get called it Southern. All right, then I'm from Iowa because Cher likes it too. Sweet. There you go. Iowa folks like it sweet. So I know if I go visit Iowa, they're going to make it sweet cornbread. Good. Now I know when I go across the country, I'm doing things that I know where to stop. It's like, okay, Iowa's going to have good sweet cornbread. Now, corn muffins is a different thing. They can be not sweet, like you get at the Cracker Barrel. But anyway, what are you guys going to be eating? Because Cher says she's not going to be watching the big game too much, but we're going to be talking about that getting close to the weekend. What is your plans? Pete's already told me. I'm going to get other people on to throw in here. What are you going to make for the Super Bowl? Because Coach Lewis from Landmark Christian said his wife's going to make chili. And, of course, all the other snacks. So your husband likes it sweet, too. He's a smart man. Smart man. I like it. You should try my international cornless cornbread. What? Sometimes I like it with jalapenos in it. And I'm not a big jalapeno guy, but I like jalapeno cornbread. That sounds good, man. You're getting me hungry. You have to bring me some one day. When Holly allows you to cook. I'm just picking. You always have to ask the wife's permission first. Even if you're the one that cooks, you still have to ask, can I go in the kitchen? Oh, yeah, you can go in the kitchen and cook. Sometimes a can of cream corn is good in cornbread. Oh yeah, you put that in there too. Yeah. Oh, we're just getting all kind of recipes for cornbread. I wonder if anybody's gonna make cornbread for the big game this week, Super Bowl game. Cornbread. It's corny. The game's gonna be corny because Taylor Swift will be there. I'm picking Taylor Swift fans. Oh my Lord. Man, this turned into a pretty good conversation. I kind of like this, everybody. We're talking about food this morning. Everybody's listening like, yeah, man, I'm getting hungry, man. I got to go get some breakfast. Now everybody's like, I got to go get corn. I start smelling people making cornbread around downtown. I'll just know that they've been listening. Wait a minute. I think somebody else is cooking cornbread now. They're like, Ryan, we weren't going to make cornbread and serve it at lunch today, but you know what? Since you talked about it, man, I got so hungry, I started making it. Golden's had some cornbread. They got a corn muffins. Ooh, the best corn muffins around. Oh, you can get a whole bucket of them for a couple of bucks. Oh, whole bag of them for a couple bucks. I've never had cinnamon rolls in my chili either. I would not do that. Not cinnamon rolls. No. That would have to be separate from chili. Because I like to have the cinnamon roll and then put the cream cheese icing on it and everything. Oh, I'm so hungry now. Somebody can bring me breakfast. Listeners out there listening. I'm at 5.5 West Washington Street. Come on in and bring me breakfast. Some people do. Wow. Well, they must just really love cinnamon rolls and chili. Do they put just the cinnamon rolls, but not the frosting on it, or is it what type of cinnamon rolls do they use? Because if you don't put the frosting on it, maybe you could get away with eating it like that, but I don't know about putting it over top of cream cheesed cinnamon rolls. Ugh. Your son wants chili for supper now, huh? I ain't got him so hungry he wants chili for supper. Go, man. That's a good idea. Hey, it's the time of year. You need to eat it before it start warming up. I mean, right now that lion gopher told us it was going to be warming up, but it's not kind of too warm, but warmer than normal. So chili sounds good. Anna Marie says she's excited about Taylor Swift being there. Yep. She's going to go from Japan, fly from Japan to there. So there you go. So we'll see her on Sunday. Coffee and donuts is what Pete's having, I guess. Sounds good to him. Not sure. I'm thinking with using it. Don't use the cream cheese or white frosting or anything. Coffee and donuts. Yes. With the icing? No. I couldn't eat chili over that ice. That would be too. That's a strong person that eats that. That's a strong person, I say. Tough as nails. Forget the whole getting hit in the face with a ball when you were a kid playing, quote, dodgeball. Somebody eats cinnamon rolls with icing on it and throws chili on top of it is a tough son of a gun. I couldn't eat it because I like chili and I like cinnamon rolls separately. But hey, they may got something. It may be better than we think. I don't know. I've always tried some things I never thought. I tried putting sausage in my spaghetti before, and it made it better. I've done unique recipe items before. It's made my food even better. So my son just got home from work and he's eating tacos. There you go. Tacos. All right, well, he's eating tacos and he's going to want chili later on, so you're going to have to go get some chili made for him. And some good cornbread. And everything. You're going to have to do all that, guys. We're going to take a break and get ready to close out here in just a few moments. But thank you for talking with us this morning on the YouTube page. And guys, I appreciate you, talking about all this good chili. And good luck today to Anna Marie. She's going to her husband's work and having a chili cook-off. So good luck to that. Oh, thank you, Doc. You brought me coffee. I appreciate that. Let me get that frappuccino right there. He's brought me a frappuccino because we're getting hungry over here because we're talking about chili and chili. You know what, guys? I know somebody who makes some good chili around Halloween.
Yeah, I do.
His name is Dr. Louis Boynton. And I only go visit him. That seems like that's the only time I come visit you is when you get on Halloween, right?
Chili, right?
And chili. Or Christmas when you're making all those oysters and stuff.
That's right.
It's like Louis is like, he's like, Ryan, why can you only come over when it's the time to eat? I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's the way it is, man.
It's the way it is. All right, guys, we're going to take a break, come back. We'll close out the show after this. Oh, Enter Sadman to take us in there. A little theme music in the background. It's going to be 55 there today. Hey, still you can make chili if someone wants chili there in Iowa. There, we've been talking about it all day. Yes, good luck there. And make sure you let me know tomorrow, Anna Marie, if you won, so we can talk about your award-winning chili. Back in a moment. Chili might be good if chili has cocoa in it, but I've never heard of cinnamon rolls. Me either. Somebody using cinnamon rolls, but Cher has. But Cher's from Iowa, so she says sweet cornbread is right. So we're not. She's at the top of the list this morning, guys, because I love sweet cornbread.
Certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves.
You guys are making me hungry today. 41 now, but windy. Woo! 41 there. We're in our 40s here too. That gopher lied. Never trust a gopher with the weather. Only trust Jim Cantori. You know it's dangerous weather when he's not in town for another town. Send us some, Anna Marie. You have a great day, Anna Marie. Hopefully you win. Get that blue rhythm. That's his job today. We're coming back, guys. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe to the YouTube page. We had a lot of people worldwide with us. We appreciate everybody from Russia, Israel, Iran, Japan, China, everywhere viewing us this morning. Australia. You got that right. It is your favorite radio station on the dial, and we're real radio. We're not in our mom's basement making up imaginary conspiracy lies. We're telling the news like it is, and I appreciate the comments we got yesterday morning, this morning, calling me a real newsman, and I appreciate that because I give the news and everything. It feels good that we're able to provide something for all of you guys throughout there. And of course, you can go back and check out all of our great shows, including the next one on the tap, Health, Happiness, and Harmony with Dr. Lewis Boynton, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have a replay of that on the YouTube page for you later on this evening. And guys, also some of our other great shows yesterday, last hour broadcast with Deborah Harris and Heart to Heart Radio. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Go back there and check out all of our great programming and keep following us because we're growing and growing, and we appreciate everybody. No changes coming here on this. We appreciate you guys. So let's go ahead and tell you this. Tomorrow morning on the show, it's going to be True Crime Thursday. We're going to dive into the deep true crime minds of the psychic. I mean, not the psychic, but the psycho and the unknown. We'll have dumb crook news. We'll talk a little bit about some of the top stories of true crime stories and more. And we'll dive deeper more in the life and crimes of Vince McMahon too. And tomorrow around 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 30 minutes past the hour in the second period, we're going to have the Super Bowl preview. We're going to do 49ers tomorrow, and then Friday, the Chiefs on Friday about that same time. Tomorrow, we're going to look into Brock Purdy. His life support is behind his prayer life, his support, his friends, his family, and more. And we'll talk about Brock Purdy leading into this showdown on Sunday. And as well, Friday, we'll talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. No, we already know enough about Patrick Mahomes, but we're going to go behind the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I know some of you are like, we want to hear about that. But man, this is the biggest story. Anna Maria like it. This is the biggest story out there. So we'll do a preview of the two of them on Friday for the Kansas City Chiefs preview and get you ready for Sunday's big game. Tell me what you're going to be making for Sunday. Coach Lewis said his wife's making chili. Shania said he's making roast beef. Sorry, Richard, you got all the great stuff, chips and stuff and desserts and hot wings and stuff, but there's going to be wings at Coach Lewis's house, and Shane's going to have pot roast. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be hitting each one of you guys' houses up for the game this weekend. So what are you cooking this weekend for the game?
Me?
What are you cooking this Sunday for the game?
Chili.
Looks like I'll be heading over to his house too. I won't be paying attention to the game as much because the 49ers are going to win anyway. But Niners, 49ers. And we'll talk more about that. So guys, you guys have a great day. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right, guys. We appreciate you. You take care. First, I'm going to stop this. What?
See me?
Oh, my goodness.
Look who's that. The governor. That's
You're right there next to the governor of Georgia.
Yeah. LBC Dad.
Dr. Lewis Boynton, guys, was standing a couple of feet down from Governor Brian Kemp last week. Got to shake his hand. That's pretty cool. You guys have a great day. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. All right, let's get this done.
I'm trying to do a heavy metal playlist, and all the songs are exclusive.
Triple.
I have to go to the old school heavy metal.
You have to go to old school heavy metal?